The Ford game of the week is on the road in Moore at Moore School Stadium as the Lions host the Norman Tigers. Hi, everybody. Mike Ziegenhorn alongside me, Dion Amade, and it is the final week of non-district play, and these teams are warming up for the real thing, aren't they?
You can say that again. Warm indeed it is here tonight, okay? First 2 weeks we had good weather. Mother Nature had different plans today.
All right, yeah, it is a little warm. Let's check out the key players for tonight's football game. First, for Norman, Xavier Smith.
Yes, Xavier Smith. He is big, he is fast, he is physical, and he is strong. Look for him to do some great things between the tackles, and don't second guess yourself. Outside in the perimeters, he's got some speed too.
Rushed for 100 yards plus in the first 2 games. And for more, this guy goes on both sides of the ball, Dylan Buckeye.
Yeah, Dylan Buckeye does everything for this Moore team, okay? He plays quarterback, he plays running back, he plays wide receiver, and he plays safety, okay? Leading tackler last year. Look for him to do some great things as well.
2 guys to keep your eye on tonight as we get ready for kickoff at the Moore School Stadium. It's the Ford game of the week on YurView.
Game Time on YurView is brought to you by your Oklahoma Ford dealers, the best in Oklahoma. Airco, the company you know. Tulsa Tech, for your future success, go to tulsatech.edu. And by Weoki Credit Union. Join us all fall long for some of the top high school football from around the country on Game Time.
Deferred.
We are back in Moore tonight at Moore School Stadium. The Moore Lions taking on the Norman Tigers. Mike Ziegenhorn, Dion Amade with you, and happy you could join us on this Friday night. It is week 3 of the high school football season, Dion, and you know, we mentioned how hot it is and these teams are warming up, but this is the final week of play before teams hop into district play, and real important, they're still trying to find their way offensively and defensively.
Yeah, you got to make sure you get all the kinks out, all the bugs out of the offense that you need to work out, because next week, the real games that really matter start to play. 85
degrees, you saw the temperature on the screen, feels like 89. Winds out of the east-southeast about 60 miles an hour. Humidity just 54%, but Dion and I were down on the field prior to the game, and we were working up a little bit of a sweat.
I could not stop sweating, okay? I had to take out my sweat rag in the back of my pocket.
Hey, you see the Norman Tigers charging out onto the football field with a 2-0 record. And for Norman, they've only won 2 games in the last 2 years coming into 2018.
Yeah, you could say they're kind of hot right now. A good physical team that you're looking at, and hopefully they have some of the same success tonight.
Trying to go to 3-0, and that would be the first time they've done that in a number of years. The Moore Lions returning 8 starters on defense this year, but they are 0-2 on the season. Dion, what about Moore?
Yeah, Moore has been kind of facing some adversity early in the season, looking at things like penalties and turnovers that's keeping them off the win column. But hopefully tonight they can clean that stuff up before district play and get a victory and put 1 in the win column.
How about the keys to the game on tonight's football game?
Yeah, let's take out the first one right here. Get out of the gate. You got to get out of the gate and get a great start. Both of these teams have trouble doing that, but hopefully tonight they fix that. Get off to a good start. Number 2, field position. It's very important for both these teams. They have great big play capabilities, okay? Able to go distance in a short amount of time. They got to get some good field position and turn that field position to a very, very good side of things for that team. And number 3, throw the ball well, okay? Both these teams, like I've said before, can run the ball very well. The difference in this ball game is who's going to be able to get the edge in the passing game. That's the one who's going to get the victory here tonight.
There you're taking a look. That was Coach Brad Hill. We'll talk about him in a moment. Referee Michael Stevenson tonight. He's joined by Mark Williams, Eric Jamison, Jamie Montgomery, and DeCoven Edwards. That is your crew here in Moore tonight. There's head coach Rocky Martin of Norman in his second year, 3-9 overall. He replaced Greg Nation, who had coached the Tigers for 9 years. This Norman team, just 5 wins in the last 4 years coming into 2018. So for this team to get off to a 2-0 start, they've got a lot of momentum on their side. On the other sideline, it was Coach Brad Hill, who you saw during the keys to the game, talking to the officials. He's in his second year, a 4-9 record overall. Last year, though, there he is, led this Moore football team to the playoffs, ended a 12-year drought. They finished 4-7 a year ago, but they did make the playoff, 4-6, and went to the playoffs, lost the playoff game. But a positive for him and his team to build on here in 2018.
And as soon as I saw Coach Hill walk out of that locker room, I looked at him, I said, "You sure you want to do the all black tonight?" He said, "Yeah, I'm sure he had no doubt in his mind. That's one tough cat." And you know, head coaches, teams normally take the personality of that head coach.
Grady Wade with the kickoff for Norman. And the ball is taken and run out by Jaden West. Let's take a look at the Moore offense. Jalen Gordon, Braxton Maldonado, Luke Wilkins, Josh Thompson, Gavin Daniels, the guys up front, along with Alex Baxter, Dylan Mallett, Dylan Buckite, Drew Johnston, and Tony Fogel run the offense for the Moore Lions. They're all surrounded by your quarterback, Daniel Highshaw, the junior, 6 foot, 199 pounds.
Yeah, Highshaw is a very impressive athlete. Got a chance to talk about these head coaches before the game. They both mentioned things about him. He is going to be a player you need to keep your eyes on here tonight.
Can run and pass, very mobile in the pocket. And they will hand it off on first down. Tony Fogel, and swarmed under by the Norman Tiger defense. And who are those guys we're going to be looking at? Tevin Randall, Wyatt Weston, Braden Woods, Sam Wishin, Tyron Robb, Cole Thompson, Cedric Seals, Jackson Caldwell, Jaden Ford, Kevin Randall, and Gunnar Luna.
Yeah, you just saw Tyron Robb right there, containing the football, keeping everything on the inside, and making the tackle over there on the outside.
Just over 35 points a game. Pass on second down, complete and caught by Drew Johnston, and he's going to have a first down with the extra effort.
There goes Moore getting that slight edge. They know this offense is used to facing teams that want to stack the box on them. Okay? Because of their running capabilities, they're going to put 8, sometimes 7 guys inside the box. Coach Hill told me if they want to have success, they got to be able to throw the footballs. One of our keys tonight, they have to be able to get that done for them to have some success.
Johnston coming into the game, 13 catches, 174 yards. J.C. Gardner, first down, nice run, picks up almost 9, about right around 8. He's going to bring up second down, Chase Gardner.
And that's a great hole over there on that right side of this Moore offensive line. Look at everybody getting up the field, picking up blockers, and that was a big gain on first down.
Didn't get touched till he got to the linebackers. Cole Thompson's the one who brought it down. Second down. Gardner again. Past the linebackers again into the secondary. Dion, nice 2 plays.
Yeah, and they're running these linebackers side to side, making them stretch the field, doing a good job, right? Watch the pullers pick up the blockers, and they can't even see them before it gets to them, and they've got to get them from behind. Great opening drive so far.
Another first down for the Moore Lions on the march. Gardner again, off left tackle. Pickup of about 3.
Yeah, they do a better job right now on that play. Between the tackles, getting up the field, getting a couple yards, checks out 3. Interested to see when they're going to let Highshaw tote the rock here.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Moore with the ball for the first time. Highshaw, there it is, the keeper, and read well that time by the Norman Tiger defense.
And you can see who they're keying on right now. You can see it. Check out the replay again. Everybody not going on that zone read at all. All eyes on the quarterback, making sure that he's not going anywhere. You can tell that's an emphasis for this week and what they studied in practicing.
He read the defensive end, and when he looked up, there was 3 other defensive players in his face that time. Highshaw again, nice pass out at the flat, caught by Buckeye. He's across the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
And it was a great move in the open field, but it was an even better open field tackle down there. Check out the replay over here. Wide open on this 5-yard out. Check out the speed getting down the sideline, and then the Norman defense does a good job of making sure he doesn't. He cuts off the cutback. Check it out one more time. He cuts off the cutback, and then he dives and makes a great effort. That's number 22, Jackson Caldwell, over there making a good open field tackle.
34-yard pickup down to the 5-yard line. Moore knocking on the door on their first series. Highshaw hands it off, Buckeye, and he's taken out of bounds. They're going to lose some yards on that play, almost a loss of 5, back to the 10.
A little jet sweep action over there to the boundary side of the field. I never get why offensive coaches do that, but it's got to be a reason. I play defense, so I'm not going to go over there and ask the offensive coach, but they run those outstretching plays to the short side of the field. It makes it so much easier for the defense to go over there and defend that because there's not much room to work with. Run it to the wide side.
Well, on the previous play, Buckeye had rambled 40 yards downfield with a catch. He's probably winded. Highshaw again, passing to the outside. Buckeye, touchdown.
He wasn't winded on that play.
Oh, nice 10-yard touchdown pass from Daniel Highshaw to Dylan Buckeye.
And it's the same play that got them all the way into the red zone. Just a simple 5-yard out, get up the field, touchdown. This Norman defense is going to run that cover 4. One of the things about that is you kind of sit back and you're able to run those 5-yard, 10-yard out routes because the cornerback is ran off with the deep route with the X receiver down the field. And that flat receiver, the receiver that runs in that flat zone, is wide open. And if he's got some speed, he can run with it.
Carlos Soto, the PAT, is good, and Moore marches right down the field. 3-minute, 22-second drive.
Take a look at another replay. Just a simple play action, 5-yard out, touchdown, Buckeye.
Similar to the play they ran on the 34-yard gain, only they flipped sides on it. So they marched right down the field. Took nearly 3.5 minutes off the clock, 3 minutes and 22 seconds on the drive. 8 plays, 73 yards overall, and a nice start to the game for the Moore Lions.
And one of our keys was start fast, okay? They did a great job in that opening drive. They ran the ball well. Offensive line was doing a great job blocking, and the receivers, when they had the ball on target, they caught it, they ran with it. Excellent opening drive. Hopefully it continues for this Moore Lions team.
A lot of students out here tonight for Moore. Homecoming for the Lions. And there you see the scoring drive. 8 plays, 73 yards, 8 up, 3:22 on the clock, and Highshaw to Buckeye for a 10-yard touchdown. Norman, Joe Willie. Starting tailback. This one is popped up and caught at about the 20-yard line. Harvey Cooper has it. Runs it back across the 25. Maybe got 7 yards, and the Tiger offense. Ben Sparks, Brandon Andrews, Robert Kowalski, Yemi Asiana, Grant Goodson up front, Harvey Cooper, Andrew Young, Tyler Crump, Jonah Payton, and Xavier Smith, the starting tailback tonight. Did not start the first 2 games, but had 100-plus yards rushing in each of the games, so he's taken over that role. And Cade Horton, the two-sports athlete, plays baseball and football, is the starting quarterback. Already has a scholarship offer from Ole Miss to play baseball, and then Oklahoma has come in recently, and so you can play baseball and football for the Sooners because we got a guy doing that for us right now. Horton's first pass off the hands of his receiver, may have been tipped by a defender and incomplete.
Yeah, dangerous throw for Horton, especially to start off the game.
And the Lions defense will be facing Cole Karn, Rocco Mays, Frank Morales, Jake Cordova, Jace Gardner, Marcus Morse, Cruz Garrett, Dylan Buckite, Jacob McLaughlin, Jaden West, and Kieran Walker. They have forced 4 fumbles in the first 2 games. And the first handoff of the game for the Norman Tigers, stuffed up the middle, and it looks like it was Smith, and nowhere for him to go.
Yeah, good job by that defensive line of the Moore Lions being able to stay strong in their gap, run that 3-4 defense.
Norman quickly under center, and that pass across the middle just a little bit high and off the hands of Jonah Payton. That's going to bring up a punting situation, so a 3 and out on the first series of the night for Norman.
Tell you one thing though, Cade Horton can throw the football, okay? Clocked at a 93 mile per hour in baseball, so there's no telling how fast he can throw that football.
Yeah, we saw him on the baseball diamond this spring. Came over and did a baseball game with Steve Marshall, our buddy, who normally calls these games on this Friday night. Happy to be filling in for him. I know you missed Steve, but sorry, I'll have to do for this week.
Can you see it on my face?
Yes, I can. High snap, punt off the side of the foot, and it's going to go out of bounds just across midfield at about the 44-yard line.
Another thing about our keys for the ball game, trying to get good field position. Right now, that Moore Lions offense has really good field position on this drive.
All right, well, this is the 4th game of the week on YurView. The replay of this game next Tuesday night at 7. It's the 4th game of the week on Channel 3, and you can see it Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. Check out the replay. Moore and Norman. Lions scored on their first series. Marched down the field in 8 plays. Norman went 3 and out, and see what kind of adjustments their coaches made after series number 1. Highshaw, handoff, quick hitter right up the middle. Jacob McLaughlin pulled down after a gain of about 6 or 7.
One thing about these first 2 drives, that first down play where they're picking up a big chunk of yards, it's always going to be to their benefit, because if you get behind the chains, it makes it that much harder for your offense to get a first down and to continue the drive. Those first down big chunk yardage plays is really helpful.
That was Tony Fogel, number 6, senior tailback. Highshaw keeps again, and you are right, Dion. They are, that's looked like it was given to Fogel again. But they are keying on Highshaw now. They don't want him to get anything going.
They're playing the game where if anybody is gonna beat us, it's not gonna be number 2. So they're selling out on the QB runs, all those play actions and those zone reads. They're offensively, they're doing that for a reason, and they know what they have handled right now.
Low snap, picked up by Highshaw. That may have worked to his benefit. A flag is down on the far side of the field. Highshaw does have enough for the first down. Snap was low, and he just grabbed the ball and took off. Illegal shift against Moore, so that'll push him back 5. It was 3rd and short. I like the fact that these officials have gone high tech in the last 4 or 5 years. They've all got headsets, and they do it on the college and the pro level. That way they don't have to come together. They can talk and communicate 30, 40 yards away and keep the game moving.
Yeah, because watching those NFL games from last night, it takes so much time for the referees to come together, congregate, and try and get the call right.
Yep. So it's now a 3rd and 6 after the 5-yard penalty against Moore. Highshaw going to pass. has a receiver open. Pass is caught and complete for the first down for Moore. It's Dylan Mallett, number 4.
And just man-to-man defense with one safety over the top. They send blitzers over the edge, and Highshaw just goes to that quick slant route on the outside. Good job by the outside receiver, Dylan Maltz, to get the completion and get upfield and get the first down.
Mallett, only his 2nd catch on the season. Highshaw this time hits a keeper right side. He's down inside the 10 and the 5. What a run from the 30. It's about a 25-yard gain all the way down to the 5-yard line.
We told y'all to watch out for number 2. The way they've been keying on him early in the game, I wasn't surprised if we weren't going to be able to see him let loose. But right here we do. Look at him in the speed, the vision to get up the field, take the ball all the way down to the the 5-yard line for this Moore Lions offense.
Pickup of 25. Norman has only given up 14 points once in the first 2 games. We're on the verge of giving up 14 in the first quarter alone in this one.
Got a fumble.
Whistle blows, and he did fumble it. So the Norman defense forces a fumble, and I mentioned that earlier, how defensively they've been forcing fumbles on the year.
And that's big time for this defense, creating a turnover. Not only a turnover, but a turnover in the red zone. Look at the big hit that Highshaw takes in the back right here. Kind of loose with the football, gets hit unsuspectedly, and it comes out.
4 players around him again. That's about 3rd or 4th time we've seen plays where he's either keeping the ball or handing off real quick. He's already got 4 defenders on him.
That's one of the things that I talked to Coach Rocky Martin about. He said we're going to have to make sure that we tackle, and not only just tackle, but get multiple players around the football and make sure we secure the tackle.
So Cade Horton's lining up in his own end zone. And what do we got? Penalty? Delay of game, maybe? So they're going to get even closer to their end zone. Down inside the 3, now to the 2.
See, and that's to be expected. I mean, it's something that you don't like to see, but when a change of possession suddenly happens like that and the offense is just rushing onto the field, sometimes things can be a little haywire and all the plays and the calls and everything aren't settled, so they take a little longer to get set up.
Starting at their own 2, ball handed off to Smith. And he was lucky to get out of the end zone and back to the line of scrimmage. You can see right here.
See some linebackers and some D linemen already in that backfield trying to get this safety. See number 29 back there for the Moore Lions defense, Austin Gross.
Second 10. Horton dropping back to throw. Looking downfield. Underthrown, but how in the world did he come down with that one? Great catch by Andrew Young.
Whoa, mama, look at that man. What a job by him. Number 10 goes up and get it. They always say those 50-50 balls, wide receivers have to be able to come down with that. Look at him go up and compete, knowing that the defensive back has to come down. He plucks the ball out of his hand and comes up with a big play for this offense.
Jaden West, 2 flags now on the play. Jaden West almost just mistimed his jump enough. Deanna went through his hands, but then a great catch by Young.
That's a great concentration as well.
Gain of 43 on that long pass.
And that's one thing defensive backs always have to be aware of. When you're in the back of the end zone like that, offense is going to take a shot. They have nothing to lose at that point. If you can't get out of the end zone, take a shot.
So offensive pass interference against Norman. But in fact, 2 penalties against the Tigers. The holding was declined. And take a look at the catch. West.
Both of them come up, and it's almost a one-handed grab by number 10 over there. Andrew Young the junior, coming down with the football. Great concentration by him.
So going to mark off an offensive pass interference penalty. 15 yards.
You don't see that called very often.
Bring up a 1st and 25. Puts them back at the 30, but they're hoping that 45 or 43-yard bomb puts a spark in this Norman offense. Cade Horton. Junior hands it off to Smith, cuts back. Winding his way through the defense, and a nice pickup of about 8, close to the 40.
Yeah, just a nice counter play. You can see Xavier finding his way through the defense, just weaving in and out, finding some open lanes and taking some of the defenders with him. We said he was strong. We said he was physical.
Horton again rolls out of the pocket. Has a receiver open downfield, but just out of the outstretched arms of Harvey Cooper.
And it was this close for Horton. This close for Horton and Cooper to connect. Maybe Horton just puts a little too much mustard on that hot dog right there. You can see he just a flick of the wrist, and it's just a little too fast for Cooper to get his hands on it. It was kind of an awkward positioning for a wide receiver to be in. He was backpedaling. At one point, he tries to do a 180 and turn his body down to prepare to run with the football, but doesn't come down with it.
So a 1st and 10 at the 45 is turned into a 3rd and 17 from the 39. Horton again, and that one too high. So what he's missed so far in these first 2 series, Deion, his passes have been too high.
Yeah, and I kind of just see a slight situation where the timing isn't down with Horton and his wide receivers. It's just a couple of times that he's just missed them by a little bit, and that he's missed them by a lot on some situations.
So Norman will punt for the 2nd time tonight. Sheldon Payton gets it off. It's going to be fair caught by Fogle at the 30, and okay starting field position for the 3rd time.
One of the things that this Norman
You're watching the Ford Game of the Week on YurView.
Game Time Keys to the Game are brought to you by Tulsa Tech. For your future success, go to tulsatech.edu. Join us all fall long for some of the top high school football from around the country on Game Time. You're watching Game Time on YurView. For more in-depth coverage of the top players around, recruiting updates, behind-the-scenes access, and more, check out YurView.com.
Welcome back to Moore School Stadium. The Lions defense getting a help from a pass interference penalty offensive-wise against Norman on that last series, forcing the Tigers to punt for the 2nd time. Moore was down inside the 5 last time when they fumbled. And their 3rd touch, they're having a lot of success running the ball, especially on 1st down.
Yeah, they really are, especially off the tackle. That stretch play over here to that left side has been very successful. Sometimes they pull, sometimes they just go with the straight stretch. Number 11 for this Moore Lions offense, JC doing a great job running the football.
2nd and 5. Highshaw again under pressure, lobs it out, and 2 defenders on his intended receiver, James Mukes. So it'll bring up a 3rd down and about 5.
But then if you look at, you can check out the pressure's coming off the edge, and he just does the smart thing, sees that he has a receiver in the area, and he just throws the ball away over there towards that, so it's not intentional grounding. Although it's not positive yardage and it's still 3rd and 5, it was a smart play on 2nd down, so it's still a manageable 3rd down.
Shaw again rolling out to his right. Nice catch. But I think he was out of bounds.
Good effort, though, on the sideline.
Drew Johnston. He came up with it, but I don't think he got a foot in. No, he didn't even catch it. That's why it was incomplete. Looked like a catch from up here. That's why we don't have striped shirts on, right?
Very, very true.
Gunnar Luna set to receive the punt for Norman. Bad snap, but Drew Johnston gets it off and gets a Lion roll. And Luna best be served to get away from it, and he finally did.
He's making me a little nervous over there.
Next Thursday night, Ford Game of the Week is in Edmond. We'll have an Edlum matchup featuring Edmond Memorial hosting the Wolves of Santa Fe. Game time for the Ford Game of the Week, 7 o'clock right here on YurView, Channel 3. Santa Fe and Memorial, Edlum battle.
Edlum.
Edlum.
I like that word. Edlum.
We're in the same district as Norman, so we'll be scouting this game. They'll be playing later in the year at some point. Wow, nice defensive effort up front. As a new running back in for Norman, Joe Willie, and he is stopped, and there he is, our player preview, Dylan Buckeye.
Dylan Buckeye coming in. I think that's him making the strong tackle. Look at him drive his feet, still at a lower angle, but he still gets in there and drives the running back.
Gain of 1 on the play, 2nd down. Pass complete. Jonah Payton with the catch.
And I think that's what they need to do right now for Cade. He's in a situation right now where him and his wide receivers haven't really been connecting. Throw a couple short passes out there for him, let him get into a normal routine and find some success going deeper later on in the game.
Horton again gives it off to Willie. And he plows his way forward, a 1st down for Norman, just their 2nd 1st down here of the game.
Yeah, we saw that first one, that big catch from number 10, Andrew Young. This one is just a good situation where the offense does a couple good plays, 1st down and 2nd down, and they get it on 3rd.
Willie again off the right side, just between the center and the guard.
Yeah, they're really testing that side right now. Finding some success running between that tackle and that guard over here on the right side.
Willie was the starter for the first 2 games, and 15 carries on 77 yards, and Xavier Smith came in and 100+ yards in each of the first 2 games. That's why Smith got the start tonight. Horton again throwing deep. And nearly caught. Well defended. Andrew Young and Jaden West going toe for toe again.
Yeah, they're having a little battle over there on the outside, especially going deep. This time it was a deep post route. Young does a good job of getting position, but my man number 23, okay, Mr. West coming in and poking it out at the last minute. That's a great play by a defensive back. Don't panic, the ball's in the air, then make a play.
Horton again, high again. And that'll bring up 4th and 7. Coach Rocky Martin in his 2nd year. Have to send the punt team back out there.
Yeah, maybe it might be a situation where Horton has a lot of adrenaline rush early in the contest. Hopefully he can be able to simmer down just a little bit and be able to get the ball to come down as well.
Hayden. Oh no, it's a fake, and it didn't work. So they tried to do something to get things going offensively, and the fake punt, Moore was ready for it.
And I don't know if that was a fake punt or it was just a miscued snap or it just rolled on the ground. Look at this. He tries to snap it and just catches the turf a little bit.
You are correct. Yeah, he never got the ball off the ground.
Never got it off the ground. You've heard of the turf monster, haven't you? Where when you're a running back or wide receiver is running freely down the field, and the turf monster just comes up and grabs his ankle and he just falls down. Nobody actually makes the tackle. Well, that was a situation where the turf monster came up and grabbed that football, and he wasn't able to hike it back there to the punter. But great field position for this Moore Lions offense.
Buckeye now quarterback. Throws it out to Highshaw. And I think Norman was even ready for that, Dion. Even if it had been complete, there was 2 defenders out there.
Yeah, trust me, if number 2's out there, there's going to be 3, maybe 4 guys out there with him. We mentioned in the open that Dylan Buckeye will play some running back, some wide receiver, even some quarterback. There you see him at quarterback getting the direct snap and trying to make the pass to Dylan, but not a completed one.
Now Buckeye again, still at quarterback. Hands it off to Highshaw. Flags down. We're going to have a hold. He ran right by it. He's going to score, but this is going to come back. And they're going to mark him down at about the 2. This will come back. Flag all the way back at the 38. Oh, chop block. That's a 15-yard penalty right there. Wow.
And it takes the touchdown off the board and moves them 15 yards further back from the
But now you know why they're running this offense. Yeah, just on the left-hand side right there. Yeah, good call by the official. Left tackle and the left guard teamed up, and you cannot do that.
You hear the fans down there saying the same thing. You can't do that. Apparently they know too.
15-yard penalty puts him back to the 49. That'll be a second down and 25. Second time we've had a down and 25 to go. Highshaw now back at quarterback, throws it out to the right to Buckeye. No, that's Johnston. Drew Johnston with the catch. They pick up a big chunk of the yards. An eligible receiver downfield now for Moore. So this one's coming back.
And it's a great looking pass. Nice pitch and catch. But it seems like they have an offensive lineman downfield that was not supposed to be there.
Yeah, I didn't see it, couldn't see it from either of those replay angles.
That's just got to be a miscommunication with inside the huddle.
And Moore now calls a timeout after back-to-back penalties. Put them in a 2nd and 30 situation. Ouch.
And we've talked about this. This offense and this team, has had situations where they've had some success, but they've shot themselves in the foot with penalties and turnovers, where on this drive right here, you could see they've had some great job getting down the field, but they take a touchdown off the board and they take a big chunk of yards off the board right here by simply just committing penalties.
Hey, this week on YurView High School Football Recruiting Podcast over the middle with Urban Meyer returning to college football after being suspended after an investigation and allegations that he mishandled domestic assault accusations made against one of his former assistants. It's the perfect time to examine if the Buckeyes' recruiting efforts have been impacted at all by that situation. Jeremy Crabtree joined by 4-star Ohio State quarterback commit Jack Miller from Scottsdale Chaparral, and Ohio State recruiting writer Mark Givler, BuckeyeGrove.com. All that and more on this week's episode of Over the Middle. Flare out pass to Fogle, gets across the, right around the midfield stripe, right to the 50. So we got part of the penalty yards back.
And a great tackle by number 22, Jackson Codwell. Look at him come from his safety position. No, excuse me, outside linebacker position. Just comes and upends Fogle right there, making a short yardage. One of the things you expect out of you need about 25 yards to get the first down. Always be looking for the screen pass to the running back.
It's a 3rd and 24. Final minute here in quarter number 1. Highshaw again under heavy pressure, unloads it. Just throws it up for grabs, and Drew Johnston was there, but unable to make the catch. And thanks to a couple of penalties, the bad snap on the punt did not hurt the Norman Tigers.
Yeah, and this Norman Tigers defense has been pinning their ears back and coming for Highshaw on every snap. Look at him right now. See, he's
swatted the head.
He's facing the pressure. There's number 93, Charles Prince, excuse me.
Johnston has to punt. Gets off a low line drive that's going to bounce. And taken on the run by Gunnar Luna. It's corralled at about the 15, and a nice tackle that time by Austin Gross.
Yeah, that's a great special teams play by number 29, Austin Gross, and number 23, Jaden West, to make him cut back initially.
Gross just a sophomore.
It's a good size sophomore, 6'3", 223 pounds. See him have to cut back here. Gross comes in and finishes him off.
See if Cade Horton can get things going on the offense again. Now Xavier Smith gets outside, and he is cut down just as he gets across the 20. We got another flag and a holding against Norman. Wow, week 3 and a little sloppy here in the first quarter.
Yeah, a lot of laundry in this ball game early. See Xavier Smith on the ground right now, taking some time to get up. Got up initially and then went straight back down. Hopefully he's all right and we'll be able to continue in the game.
Holding penalty back at about the 15.
You got a penalty spot of the foul. Replay first down.
And we've got a timeout for an injury. Xavier Smith got popped in the midsection.
He's able to get to his feet right now.
Russ Schussman, the trainer, out to help him and walks him back off the field. So it'll be a 1st and 17. Once they set the clock, and there it goes. Final 30 seconds here in quarter number 1. Hand off to Willie. Spins away from a couple of tackles. Gets the penalty yards back and more. Out to just across the 20-yard line.
Yeah, that's just a good run up the gut by Joe Willie.
Norman's going to try and get another play in here before the quarter runs out. Ford hits his receiver. Pass is caught, immediately tackled Jonah Payton. And that is it. Quarter number 1 in the books. You're watching the Ford game of the week on YurView. Moore leads it 7-0. How about it?
It's all right.
Wow.
It's all right.
First play of quarter number 2. Joe Willie takes the handoff. The junior running back, 5'9", 155. Gets a couple. They'll bring up second down and 8. So they got a first down on that last play, the pass to Jonah Payton. Orton again, dropping back. Pass high again. Dion, what are you seeing in his motion that everything's so high?
Yeah, I kind of see it's a little bit of a sidearm throw where he's kind of lifting up from below. It kind of seems like he's losing a sense of control of it, and that's why it's finishing high, because his follow-through is upwards and not where a downward motion. You see what I'm talking about here? The sidearm motion just not working for him tonight. I'm no quarterback expert, though.
You just watched him throw against you all the time, didn't you?
Exactly.
And there's a flag for a late unnecessary hit as another pass was high. And they're going to get Jaden West for a 15-yard penalty.
Oh, no. That's one of those things that we talked about earlier. More having opportunities to get in the end zone, get a big first down, get off the field, and then they commit a penalty, and now it's going to be an automatic first down.
Take another look at it right here.
It's in a first down.
4th penalty for 40 yards on the night for Moore, and then Norman on the other side of the football. Just 3 penalties for 25, but 7 penalties, Dion, in really the first quarter. Here's another one, make it 8. And a motion penalty against Norman.
Yeah, you saw on the outside here, Highshaw has to come in at the cornerback near the sideline, and he comes up in press coverage and kind of startles the wide receiver over here on the outside of how suddenly he got out there, and it was a false start penalty.
Moore nearly jumped back offside to give him the free 5 back. It's a 1st and 15. Morton hands it off again. Smack talking and pushing and shoving. Xavier Smith took off. Look at this, Dion.
Yeah, good hole over here towards his right side, and he sees it and gets it and go. Not before number 10, Buckeye, can put him on the ground.
So give him a gain of 14. So the 2nd and 1. And Moore wants a timeout. They didn't like the personnel they had out on the field. Game's just kind of been fragmented, hasn't it?
Yeah, there's penalties and timeouts, and it hasn't really got that natural, smooth rhythm going to it right now. It's kind of everything's been halted and stopped and go and stop and go.
You see some of the Norman students who made the drive over here.
Check out the kind of the theme of the night, jersey night. Everybody wearing their baseball and basketball jerseys out to the game. And there's the Norman Tigers jerseys, as you can see. They're with the theme as well.
Norman real close, just about, what, 5 to 7 miles down the road from here.
Julius Irving jersey, huh? That's a look.
Yeah, Ryan Bosworth.
Yeah, those jerseys look familiar to you too?
That's from my era. I don't think you were born yet, were you?
I know a little bit about Dr. J.
When the Boz played and when Dr. J played?
I've seen the 30s for 30s. 2nd
and 2. A long 1.5. Horton again throwing deep down the right side. Somehow caught. Payton has it down inside the 5, near the 1 before he's pulled out of bounds.
And that's just a good job by Payton and being a good wide receiver, finding the ball in the air and making that small little adjustment. It's underthrown, so he comes back for it, and he gets brought down, I think, at the 2-yard line. It's a big gain. The positive plays for this Norman Tigers offense have been those big chunk yardage plays.
Horton's going to keep it himself untouched into the end zone. 2-yard touchdown. And Norman's pulled to within 1.
And just a smart, easy quarterback lead play. Gets to the direct snap, follows the running back, and there's a big hole waiting for him over there on the right side. Have a pulling guard come over and help as well. It's touchdown, Norman Tigers.
So the nice pass play from Horton to Payton gets him down inside the 5, and it's a 2-yard touchdown run from Horton to put him in the end zone.
That one more time, just a QB lead. QB lead, call my number, coach. He sure does, and Horton takes it into the end zone.
So they ate up a little bit of time in that first quarter, and then a minute 34 here in the second to march down the field and finally put some points on the board. As we said, there really wasn't a whole lot of flow to the game, and really other than that first drive by Moore, it had been kind of jagged, however, whatever phrase you want to use.
I think that's the correct one right there. I'm going to go with that kind of jagged, where it's a stop, start, penalties here, penalties there, timeouts, just not a natural flow to the game, but hopefully with this second quarter being the start, they can go on and play a smoother game the rest of the way.
7 plays, 85 yards. 3 minutes and 1 second. And we are knotted up at 7. Norman 2-0 on the year. They beat Norman North to start the season 28-12, the first win over North since 2013. Then Deer Creek was back on their schedule after being offered for 2 years. They rushed 49 times, gained 259 yards on the ground deal last week. They scored 20 points in the third quarter, and they won it 43-14. First time since 2014 they won multiple games in a season, and they're already 2-0, so off to a good start in season number 2 for Coach Rocky Martin. And the freshman class in 2016, so these kids would be juniors, went undefeated as 9th graders just 2 years ago. So there's some talent. It's just getting them all together and on the same page, and that's what it looks like they're starting to do. Moore does have 2 football state championship, or Norman does rather, in school history. Moore does not. Short kick, like a 9-iron on the green. And it looks like Moore was able to come up with it. Dylan Mallett may have been the one who fell on the ball, and it was.
Yes, just a little bit of a hesitation for Mallett right there. Ball goes into that sweet spot.
Take a look at their scoring drive, Dion. It started with Xavier Smith.
Yeah, Xavier Smith seeing the hole on the right side, taking full advantage of it, and then you see Cade Horton throw up the big pass to Petty down the field. He gets to the 2-yard line, and then Horton calls his own number and finishes off the drive. Touchdown, Norman Tigers. Tie ball game.
7-7, 10:22 to go. Don't forget, coming up on the Gigablast halftime show, we're going to have some of the halftime activities here, including the Moore Band. First down run by Jace Gardner.
Jace has been running hard tonight, especially early in that first quarter, that first drive. Be interested to see how many yards rushing he has, let alone how many yak yards he has, because every time he gets down the field, he takes a couple of defenders with him.
His 5th carry on the night for 34 yards. Highshaw keeps that time. A little extracurricular activity after the play again.
Get a little chippy on the outside there. Nothing wrong with it, just a little football testosterone.
And now they're going to call timeout to measure.
They say it's a first down.
They didn't even bring the chains out.
They're that good, Zig.
He can eyeball it. See Coach Rocky Martin. There he is. Trying to get his defense calm down. They giving up 26 points in their first 2 games. So first down for Moore. Highshaw again. Under pressure, does not get away from Cole Thompson.
And it's just a delayed blitz. A delayed blitz. You can tell right now, if I'm looking at it, number 11 is spying Highshaw. As soon as he sees that he's setting up a pass, he has all the right in the world to go up there and force the issue, and that's exactly what he does. Sits there, sees him, you're not going to run, you're not going to run. All right, I'm going to bring the pressure to you, and he gets him for a sack right there.
Second 10. Gardner almost lost the ball, and Thompson with the tackle again.
And that's just a good job by Cole Thompson from his linebacker spot. He sees it well. He reads his keys. He sees it's downhill blocking. He goes, he fills his gap, and he makes the play. Right, good timing too. You saw the puller, number 71. He comes in with the speed, and he doesn't even allow him to get past and get up there and get a block.
And another flag. Maybe they'll get all the flags out of the way in the first half.
Dead ball, encroachment, defense. Still third down.
So a free 5 for Moore. And Coach Martin not happy with his defense on that.
False start. I'm sorry. Number 2 blue on a false start. He can.
Highshaw trying to draw him off sides, and I guess what they're saying is a little too dramatic with the head bob and the step forward.
I thought quarterbacks could do whatever they want.
Well, they've kind of put an emphasis on certain things, and I think that's one of them. So the free 5 they got, they gave it right back. 3rd and 11. Highshaw under pressure again, gets away from one. Throws it downfield to a wide open receiver, but just too high and away from Gardner, and that'll bring up a 4th down punting situation for the Lions.
And they missed a big one right there. They missed a big one. You can see it on the replay. He does a good job eluding the pressure, getting downfield. And he sees Gardner running, and then Gardner stops to let him know that he's all by himself when Highshaw thinks that he's going to continue running, and then it's just an incomplete pass.
Drew Johnston will punt from the 48. They fake it. And that is not going to work that time.
They tried the fumble-rooski. They tried the fumble-rooski. It didn't work.
It did not work.
So you can see, I want to see a replay of this so bad right now, because you can see they direct snap into Buckeye. Buckeye puts it on the ground, and then an offensive lineman is standing right there. He picks it up. Before he can go, though, somebody grabs the back of his jersey and says, "Nuh-uh, big guy, not today." Would have been impressive if they pulled it off, though.
Watch Johnston.
Check it out again. Johnson does a good acting job. See the ball on the ground right there, and I think it's Vogel that might have it, and somebody just grabs him from behind and puts him on the turf before he can get the first down.
Horton's pass. 2 receivers in the area, and that was off the hands of Jonah Payton, who on the last series made a nice catch down to the 2-yard line to set up their touchdown. So bring up a 2nd and 10. Horton does have some zip on the football when he throws it. This time outside to Willing. Buckeye. And he swings away from him, and a little help on the tackle by Kurian Walker. Nice run to pick up about 8.
Yeah, Willie's able to find the outside, get some good yardage, so making it a very manageable 3rd down as Norman hurries up to the line of scrimmage.
Horton to Willie again. He's across the 40, good for a Norman first down.
And Norman's starting to see some running lanes here late in the 2nd quarter. Man, this number 10 Buckeye, man. Every time you see the ball in your picture, he is near it.
Yeah, offense and defense.
Offense and defense.
And it looks like we have a Norman player down on the turf. Number 60, Grant Goodson. Junior offensive lineman, 6'6". Hopefully he's just cramping.
Where's the water? And you can hear somebody say,
Where's the water? Where's the water?
Gotta stay hydrated on a night like today.
Well, the 6A1 rankings, courtesy of our friends at the Tulsa World. The top 4 teams not even in action this week. Broken Arrow off to a 3-0 start.
Man, I watched those guys last week, and they are physical. They can run the football.
First time in about 15 years they've been 3-0. Jinx right there. Totally opposite of what Jinx did last year when they started 0-4. And then you got Union and Owasso 1-2. Again, kind of opposite of what they did a year ago, because Owasso started 3-0. They started their season a year ago and went on to the state title game and won that. But then you got Westmore, Santa Fe, PC North, Yukon, Mustang, and Norman, your top 10 in Class 6A1. So Norman right there, 2-0 start. Uncharted water for this football team. Again, only 5 wins in the last 4 years. In fact, the last 5 years they are just 10-40. Good to see them off to a 2-0 start, and another penalty. Are you kidding me? I told the refs before the game, we're on TV. We don't want to see you that much.
Man, apparently they didn't respect your conversations, eh?
I know.
Maybe I can go have a chat with them at halftime.
They're getting more airtime than us. Well, you will be down there at the half, so make sure you let them know.
I'll try and pass along the message.
Tell them we got a long drive back to Tulsa after the game.
Yeah.
So a loss of 5 on first down. It's 1st and 15. Willie again, right side. Started to go right up the middle, saw a little hole off the right guard's right shoulder and went that way.
Good vision by him to see that open hole, make a slide step and get up the field.
Picked up about 6, 2nd and 9. Clock moving here in quarter number 2. Pass to Tyler Crump. He's got a first down across the 30.
Yeah, that was just a nice little screen pass over there to the outside. You can see all the linemen and wide receivers getting up and trying to get in the lane and create a little alley for number 4, Tyler Crump, to get up the field. Gets a first down out of it.
Willie outside, spins and then just gets rocked as he spins. A nice tackle by Marcus Morris.
Marcus Morris coming up and making a big solid hit. Willie trying to execute the spin move, hit that B button right there, but Marcus Morris said, nuh-uh, not today.
Morris, another junior, 6'2", 205. Horton again, spins away. Gonna have to unload, and he's tripped up.
That's just extraordinary effort. Extraordinary effort by the same guy we called out the last play. Comes over here on second down, first down and makes the tackle. And then here on second down, the quarterback rolls out of the pocket. And it was going to be hard for Horton to complete that pass, okay? A right-handed guy rolling to his left. Tries to get up the field, but Marcus Morris coming up and making the big tackle for a big yard loss.
You saw from the camera shot, he split two defenders at the line of scrimmage to even be able to take off and go after the quarterback. So on a 3rd and 13, they run a draw play up the middle. And now on 4th down, it looks like they're going to go for it. Why not?
Yes, when you're deep in this,
you're at the 29, why
area,
punt?
Yeah, can't punt. It's a long field goal, might as well go for it.
Horton pass too high and out of bounds as the intended receiver was Andrew Young. Jaden West in coverage again. Him and Young have been going at each other all night long.
They certainly have. It's one of those matchups we're going to have to continue to watch out for.
Horton 5 out of 14 for 117 yards here in the first half, and most of his misses of those 9 that he's missed have been high. 4:11 to go in the first half. Moore runs a player on late. Play clock down to 10, plenty of time. Looks like Fogel with the carry off the right side. Nice pickup for Fogel, about 5. Moore quickly breaks the huddle and back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 5 now for Highshaw. Low snap, he bobbled it. Somehow came up with it, and look out. He's got a first down, still on his feet, dancing between defenders. 4 of them finally pull him down. And he's got enough for the first down, close to midfield, up to the 48. And as a quarterback, you're always taught if you fumble, go where the running play was supposed to go, because that's where the blocking is, and he did. He followed Fogel up that right side. You can see it here. He bobbled the snap. His knee almost went down, and then he just follows Fogel off the right side, and then the rest, after he gets by the line of scrimmage, is on him. Clock continues to run here in quarter number 2. Dion is headed downstairs. And that pass just a little bit incomplete now to the outstretched arms of James Mutes. Real warm evening tonight in Moore, Oklahoma. Beautiful, clear night. Still 80 degrees. Slight wind out of the east at 5 miles an hour. Not really much wind at all down on the field. This stadium sits down in a little bit. And off to Fogel, big hole right side into the secondary, cross midfield down near the 35-yard line. So Tony Fogel. Good read by Highshaw that time to hang on to the ball to the last second. Then when there's no defensive end out there, lets Fogel run it.
For the Lions, Norman 37, Ray Kay.
Movement again.
On the offense.
False start.
Another penalty on Moore. 6 penalties for 50 yards. Typically a game's worth, and they've got that many in the first half. Clock continues to move. Moore has used 2 of their timeouts. Norman still has all 3 of theirs left. And I think they did it again. No, offsides on Norman. So here you go. Here, we'll give you your yards right back. 7th penalty on the Tigers for 45 yards. So now back to 1st and 10. Buckeye thrown down, and again a nice defensive play by Cole Thompson, Dion.
For losses right there. Really impressed with his performance so far.
Thompson coming up from his linebacker position one more time, just shooting the gap and finding the man with the ball. Loss of 3, 2nd and 13. Highshaw again. Buckeye spins inside the 10-5, touchdown.
What a run, what a run. It's enough to catch the ball, but the great move to spin back inside and have the wherewithal to get away from the defender and then take the speed all the way down for the touchdown. That is Buckeye.
He caught the ball, and instead of continuing toward the sideline, put on the brakes, did a 180 and kept going. And his speed, no one was going to catch it. Wow. On to try the PAT, Carlos Soto, and it is good. Moore back on top. You're watching the Ford game of the week on YurView.
You're watching Game Time on YurView. For more in-depth coverage of the top players around, recruiting updates, behind-the-scenes access, and more, check out YurView.com. Game Time Keys to the Game are brought to you by Tulsa Tech. For your future success, go to tulsatech.edu. Join us all fall long for some of the top high school football from around the country on Game Time.
14-7 the score. Moore has just taken the lead on a 14-yard touchdown pass from Daniel Highshaw to Dylan Buckeye. Took him 6 plays, and they got right down the field after Norman had tied this one up. Another short kick. That would take him by Harvey Cooper, and he's run out of bounds, just shy of the 30. Check out the last drive. Highshaw fumbled the low snap, able to get positive yards out of it. Nice gain, pick up a first down, and get just across midfield. Fogle does that with this run right here. Gets him down to the 40, 6 plays, 52 yards, and then this, a little out route to Buckeye, who puts the brakes on and then turns on the jets. 14-7 more. 1:28 to go before the half. Norman does have 3 timeouts. Horton, go route, left side to Young. And that went incomplete. He wanted a pass interference as both players were jostling for position. Dion, that was right in front of you.
It really was, and I could see it the whole way. Good job by these two players competing for the football. Was just a little bit out of the reach of Young over here. This is a battle that we're going to have to keep a close eye on the rest of the night. This wide receiver Young, a number 23, whose name escapes me right now, but he's doing a good job defensively, especially on these deep routes.
Flag flies as Jaden West is 23. And at the replay, he may have been doing a little bit of an arm bar on the receiver and gotten away with it.
Oh, so you're going to take the receiver side, huh, Zig?
Yep.
The defensive back in me makes me want to come back up there.
After halftime, you can come on up. You'll be cooled off by then. So, yeah, holding on Norman after the Smith run. That'll bump him back 10, so that'll bring up a second down and 20.
Don't be surprised if Norman takes another shot down the field. You got 1 minute and 17 seconds left in the first half. You might as well try and get down here and get some points.
Horton again, that right through the hands of his receiver, Jonah Payton, and almost got picked off and would have been a pick 6. So now you're talking 3rd down.
See, and now you're in the situation where you got to make sure you run a lot more clock because you don't want to give this more offense an opportunity to get back on the field and take a couple shots at the end zone here before they go into halftime.
They do have 1 timeout left. Even if Norman runs the ball, they can stop the clock pretty quick. Hand off to Smith. Runs it right up the gut.
Just like you said, Zig, they come out and take the timeout.
Yeah, Coach Brad Hill kind of walked toward the official, waited till it got to 1 minute, and then called the timeout. So his team will get an opportunity with the football with a minute to go, under a minute to go here in the first half. Next Friday night Ford game of the week will be in Tulsa. Owasso comes to Tulsa, right down the Highway 169 to take on the Redskins. Last year, Rams beat Union for the 6A Division I state championship, but in the regular season meeting, a double overtime instant classic. Both teams are ranked in the top 5, so you know they want to get back on the winning track. They are 1-2 on the season, and coming off losses last week. Join us on YurView, Channel 3, Owasso Union, next Friday night at 7. I'll be there with buddy Nathan Thompson. Jonah Payton set to punt. Fogle and Drew Johnston deep for more. Johnston the fair catch at the 47, and decent field position for the Lions with 53 ticks on the clock and no timeouts.
Yeah, and if I was Norman, I would make sure I keep a close eye on number 10, Buckeye, and make sure, like you've been doing all night, keep a close eye on number 2, because those are the 2 playmakers for this Moore Lions team, and you have to make sure they do not hurt you in these last 53 seconds.
See what Highshaw and Brad Hill have up their sleeve. Hill was a defensive coordinator at Norman North. He's also coached at Broken Bow and spent some time in Texas before coming back to Moore a couple of years ago. Year number 2. Another flag. Delay of game.
Offense.
And not the way you want to start.
Nah, that one's going to be a costly penalty because every yard counts on this last drive in the first half. Even farther that they have to go in a limited amount of time.
You see Coach Brad Hill. 1st and 15. Highshaw again, going to throw. Buckeye right through his hands. Boy, he was behind the defender and had to come back a little bit to try and make the catch. So now if you're Moore, you don't want to have to punt. You don't want to go 3 and out, have to punt back to Norman, do you?
No, because now the same situation that Norman was in, you find this Moore Lions team in. Because Moore, the success they've had on offense has been those big chunk yardage plays where they've thrown bombs down the field. They can do it, and they'll do it again.
Had a lot of success rushing the ball here in the first half. This time to Fogel, left side. He spins and is thrown down. Norman does have 3 timeouts. But really not to their advantage at this point to use them.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're in any hurry to stop the clock and try and get their offense back on the field.
Just a 3-second difference in the game clock and the play clock. And if you're Moore, you just let it run down. Four seconds to go. They're not even going to get a snap off. Nope. Barely did. Low snap. Fogel. That's going to be the end of the first half. That penalty in the incomplete kind of set them back and made the choice for head coach Brad Hill pretty easy at that point. Let's just run out the half. Be happy that we've got a 14-7 first half lead. So Moore on the strength of 2 touchdown passes from Daniel Highshaw to Dylan Buckeye has the lead 14-7 over the Norman Tigers. Norman comes in 2-0. Moore 0-2. Dion Amade now on the sideline.
Coach, how'd you feel about your team's performance in the first half?
I think we're playing hard. We had some things. We said we wanted to start off fast, and we did. We got to not turn over the football. We got down there, had a chance to score, but I thought we answered pretty good. We're going to have to try to find a way to control number 10 and contain their quarterback, keep tackling on defense, and find a way to keep moving the ball offensively. Before the game, we talked about it. The way they're going to play us, we're going to have to be able to throw it some, and I thought we hit some things in the passing game. We're going to have to continue to do that.
Well, good luck in the second half, Coach.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
All right, thanks a lot, Dion, and Coach Brad Hill, his team with a 14-7 lead over the Norman Tigers here in half number 1. Now it's time for the Weoki kick for cash. And Dion is down there with our buddy Chris Sackett.
Yeah, I'm over here with Chris and my man, Tegan Osment. Tegan, how do you feel about this kick right now?
Oh, nervous. Really nervous.
You got this, man. I believe in you, all right?
All right.
Let's go knock it in.
All right.
Looks like Chris, for the first time, is going to assist, okay? Osmond is back here with the kick. He's got the soccer cleats on, okay? He looks ready, guys. He's a little shaky, but I like his socks. He's got the Nike socks on. He goes up. It's up. It's good. It's good. It's good, guys. It's good. It's good. It's good. Over here. Over here. You said you was nervous, Tegan. Nah, Tegan, you lied to me. You had all the confidence in the world. First of all, congratulations. That's $500 from Weoki Kick for Cash. Chris, what do you have to say to the young man?
Hey, I knew he had it the whole time, Tegan. Good job.
As soon as I saw those soccer cleats, I knew you had it, okay? What was going through your mind during that?
Oh, my God. I don't even know. Voice cracking and everything. I'm excited.
He's excited, guys. Well, congratulations, and thank you, Weoki Kick for Cash. We'll see you guys next week. Man.
Thanks a lot, Dion. Congratulations, Tegan, and thanks to Chris and the folks at Weoki Credit Union for sponsoring our halftime. 14-7. Our score, Moore on top of Norman.
The GigaBlast Halftime Show, powered by Cox, is brought to you by your Oklahoma Ford dealers, the best in Oklahoma. Airco, the company you know. Tulsa Tech, for your future success, go to tulsatech.edu. And by Weoki Credit Union. Join us all fall long for some of the top high school football from around the country on Game Time.
Good morning, Bella.
Good morning.
Are you ready?
Yeah. 5 little monkeys.
Yay, Bella!
Hold still. Almost done.
Oh, Bella, I really love playing with you.
Thanks, Grandma. I really like our visits.
Whatever tech tomorrow dreams up, you'll be ready with GigaBlast. Future speed internet is here from Cox.
You're watching Game Time on YurView. For more in-depth coverage of the top players around, recruiting updates, behind-the-scenes access, and more, check out YurView.com.
Welcome back. It is the GigaBlast Halftime Show. We had a $500 kick for cash winner. Thanks to our folks at Weoki Credit Union, Chris Sackett, Dion Amade down there working things over, and it is halftime here. Moore leads Norman by a count of 14-7. Take a look at some of the first half highlights. Daniel Highshaw got things going early to Dylan Buckite. Little pass out on the right side. Buckite gets it inside the 5. And then after a penalty, throws the same pass opposite side of the field. This time he rolls it into the end zone. 10-yard touchdown. And they led it 7-0. They would get inside the 5 again and fumble. And then a bad snap on a 4th down punt for Norman. Didn't result in anything for Moore. Cade Horton comes back. Hits a receiver, Jonah Payton. He works it inside the 2. Horton on the next play. He rushes it into the end zone. We were tied up at 7. Wrapped up a 7-play, 85-yard drive. And then, just before the half, high shot of Buckeye again. 6 plays, 40 yards. And with just under 2 minutes to go in the first half, Moore was able to take the lead 14-7, and that's where we sit at this point. 14-7, Moore on top of Norman. Lions trying to win their first game of the year, and Tigers trying to stay undefeated.
We would like to wish our Moore High School cheerleaders good luck. They will be performing at 3 p.m. Please put your hands together for our freshman cheerleaders. All do a jump, sophomores. All do a jump, juniors. All do a jump, and seniors. Individual introduce. Kiara Grant, Tanner Signs, and Kira Shave. Ladies and gentlemen, the Moore High School cheers.
Those are Moore High School cheerleaders competing in a state competition tomorrow, along with a lot of other programs from around the state. And now they're going to introduce the Moore Pom Squad.
Is led by senior captain Brittany Ramos and senior captain Yazzie Simes. They are coached by Jennifer Jacks, Danielle Driscoll, Liz Dosher, Watson. The team had a great summer camp and are beginning to prepare for regionals and state competition this fall. Ladies and gentlemen, the Moore High School Pom.
Break it down for me, fellas.
That was the Moore Pom squad. More of the Giga Blast halftime show. The Moore Band coming up next.
Buy brand new movies instantly with the new Contour from Cox.
Owen!
Back for more, huh?
Run! I have to see this.
Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Purchase movies and TV shows right from your remote. Download them to go and watch anywhere, anytime on your mobile devices. Start building your digital video library now. Get brand new movies at the touch of a button with Movies on Demand from Cox.
The dogs that we're considering are the best of the best. It's what they were raised to do.
3 boys and 2 girls. You never know which make it all the way through to guys.
You need to do a good job because someone's putting their trust in this animal.
We're excited to find out if it's a yes or a no.
Pick of the litter. Watch what you want, when you want, with Movies on Demand from Cox.
Furnace breakdown, that could be $3,300. Fridge on a Fritz, that could cost you $2,500. Get the First American Home Warranty Plan. And when a covered item breaks, call or click. That's it. And we'll repair or replace it for you. Why let a major system or appliance breakdown bust your budget? Or go through the hassle of trying to find trustworthy service people?
If you don't have First American Warranty, get it.
Call 1-800-650-2382 for a free no-obligation quote.
Do you have osteoarthritis in one or both knees? If you have osteoarthritis in one or both knees, are you on Medicare, Obamacare, or other health insurance? If you answered yes, you may be eligible for a prescription strength solution for osteoarthritis of the knees, covered by Medicare at little to absolutely no cost to you. Our experienced staff will work with your doctor and handle all of your Medicare or insurance paperwork. Find out for free by calling the Back and Knee Pain Center.
Call 1-800-796-7238.
You're watching Game Time on YurView. For more in-depth coverage of the top players around, recruiting updates, behind-the-scenes access, and more, check out YurView.com.
Director of Bands, Clint Brown. The band is led on the field by drum majors Brianna Shaw, Hayden Sovereign, and Jaden McCarroll. Let's take a listen.
and irresponsible. I'm telling you right now, that man should be involved in them, they or somebody else. The president, they don't know any alcohol. From Dallas, Texas, the currently official President Kennedy died at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. One day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. One day, this nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. When we allow freedom reign, we'll be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old people spiritual. Free at last, free at last, let's go
The Moore Band under the direction of Clint Brown. This is the Giga Blast halftime show. You're watching the Ford Game of the Week.
Good morning, Bella.
Good morning.
Are you ready?
Yeah. 5 little monkeys.
Yay, Bella!
Hold still. Almost done.
Oh, Bella, I really really loved playing with you.
Thanks, Grandma. I really like our visits.
Whatever tech tomorrow dreams up, you'll be ready with GigaBlast. Future speed internet is here from Cox.
Furnace breakdown, that could be $3,300. Fridge on a Fritz, that could cost you $2,500. Get the First American Home Warranty Plan. And when a covered item breaks, call or click. That's it. And we'll repair or replace it for you. Why let a major system or appliance breakdown bust your budget? Or go through the hassle of trying to find trustworthy service people?
If you don't have First American Warranty, get it.
Call 1-800-650-2382 for a free no-obligation quote.
So you've decided to go to college. That's cool. So pop quiz. Which is a better way to earn your degree? Commute to college and fill your gas tank, get stuck in traffic, drive in bad weather, try to find a parking space, walk a half mile to class, or learn online at Independence University. In the park on a bench, on the beach on a towel, or on your couch with your kid. Your campus is wherever you want it to be. You don't go to college. College goes to you. That's independence. That's Independence University. You schedule classes around your schedule, and all your supplies, including a brand new laptop and tablet, are included with tuition. At Independence U, you'll learn from professional instructors with real work experience. You'll get personal support in school and employment assistance when you graduate. Get your degree, but keep your life. That's independence. That's Independence University. So if you're really smart, you'd call now.
Call 1-800-921-0563.
Independence U, for an independent you.
Call 1-800-921-0563.
Have been impacted at all by that situation. Jeremy's joined by four-star Ohio State quarterback commit Jack Miller out of Scottsdale Chaparral and Ohio State recruiting writer Mark Givler of BuckeyeGrove.com. All that and more on this week's episode of Over the Middle Podcast. Check it out at YurView.com. One more break, and when we come back, the GigaBlast halftime show continues.
So you've decided to go to college. That's cool. So pop quiz. Which is a better way to earn your degree? Commute to college and fill your gas tank, get stuck in traffic, drive in bad weather, try to find a parking space, walk a half mile to class, or learn online at Independence University. In the park on a bench, on the beach on a towel, or on your couch with your kid. Your campus is wherever you want it to be. You don't go to college. College goes to you. That's independence. That's Independence University. You schedule classes around your schedule, and all your supplies, including a brand new laptop and tablet, are included with tuition. At Independence U, you'll learn from professional instructors with real work experience. You'll get personal support in school and employment assistance when you graduate. Get your degree, but keep your life. That's independence. That's Independence University. So if you're really smart, you'd call now.
Call 1-800-921-0563.
Independence U, for an independent you.
Call 1-800-921-0563.
Congratulations!
Bob Eubanks, what are you guys doing here?
Hi there, I'm Bob Eubanks on behalf of the Tax Defense Group. And Albert had a big problem with the Internal Revenue Service.
Back in 2010, I had a bad separation from my business partner, and I basically left my business with a lot of debt in regards to taxes. It was a trying time, and I just needed someone on my side. Where they weren't willing to understand from my voice, they were willing to understand from
the Tax Defense Group.
Absolutely.
Hey, if you owe the IRS more than $10,000 and you've got unfiled tax returns, then you better call my friends at the Tax Defense Group. I mean, who knows? We might come to your house.
That's right, Bob. Call the Tax Defense Group to see if you qualify for tax relief.
Call 800-218-8348. That's 800-218-8348.
You're watching Game Time on YurView For more in-depth coverage of the top players around, recruiting updates, behind-the-scenes access, and more, check out YurView.com.
More Lions, both of the Dylan Buckite. Cade Horton has a 2-yard touchdown run for the Norman Tigers. Dion Amade down in the middle of the field.
Coach, interesting first half there. What'd you tell your kids inside?
I'll just continue to believe. You know, we've been down at half. We were down last week at halftime, and you know, this is what we work for. This is why we come out to practice. This is why we run all during summer, and they just got to continue to believe.
Well, good luck in the rest of the game, Coach.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, thanks a lot, Dion and Coach Rocky Martin of the Norman Tigers. We're sitting right in the middle of that press box. We just got covered up by the halftime stats. So here they are, your GigaBlast first half stats. Thanks to our stat crew, Andy Casey, Sean Moran down in the truck. Rushing yards, Moore has 90 to 75. Passing yards, 147 to 117. Total offense, 237 for Moore, 192 for Norman. First downs, pretty much even. Penalties, I mean, you look down the whole thing of stats, everything pretty much even across the board, and that's the way our score is almost. It's 14-7, Moore on top. They scored a touchdown in the first quarter, one in the second. Norman shut out in quarter number one, came up with 7 points in that second quarter. And that's where we stand right now, 14-7, Moore on top. The Lions 0-2 on the year, lost to Westmore 35-6. Fell to UConn last week 49-27, and they'll wrap up non-district play tonight after this game against Norman, looking for their first win of the year. Last 5 years for Moore, an 11-40 record. Last year, Highshaw rushed for 250 yards and 5 touchdowns and a 35-27 win over Norman. And he also helped in a 17-game losing streak to Southmore a year ago and helped lead the team to the playoffs. At 0-2, they've still got a shot at the playoffs, no problem. They have not hit district play yet. The next 3 weeks are Southmore, Norman North, Edmond North, and then Union October 12th. They wrap things up against Putnam North, Owasso, and Mustang. Meanwhile, the Norman Tigers beat Norman North week 1, first win over North since 2013. They won that 28-12. Also beat Deer Creek last week, 43-14. After tonight, they go to UConn, host Broken Arrow, the #1 team in the state. Then they go to Edmond Memorial, host Enid, visit Jinx, then host Westmore and Edmond Santa Fe to round out the 2018 season. Norman has not won multiple games in a season in 4 years. Kickoff for half number 2, and we are underway, and it is very short. Taken at around the 15-yard line. Harvey Cooper has it.
Stop is made by number 15.
Cooper is wrestled down.
Carson McDowell.
Tackle made by Carson McDowell, and half number 2 is underway. This Moore Lion defense returns 8 starters from a year ago. A couple of these players playing both sides of the football tonight. Good thing Dion Amade is in great shape because he sprinted from the 50-yard line through the stands, up 3 flights of stairs, and into the press box, and has not broken a sweat. Yeah, not even breathing heavy. First play of half number 2 for the Norman Tigers. Xavier Smith, who started the first half at tailback. A nice run up the gut for about 6. How was the temperature down there? Was it as hot now that the sun's gone down?
It wasn't as hot. It has cooled down a little bit, so you should see some more active players on the field.
Smith hitting the backfield and taken down immediately, and a nice tackle coming up from the linebacker's position. Actually, D-line, Cole Carr.
Yeah, that's a good job by him getting off his block. Get off the block and making the tackle in the backfield.
He cut right inside that offensive lineman, Ben Sparks. Horton going to keep this time. He's got a first down, and Moore still on his feet.
Nice strong running. That's the play that he ran to get the touchdown earlier on that lone touchdown that Norman has. Just quick quarterback lead. breaks a bunch of tackles too. Look at that, showing off his strength and abilities.
3 running plays to start the second half for Norman. Make it 4 in a row. Smith cuts it outside, breaks 1 tackle.
He probably runs for some more if number 28 out there for the Moore Lions, Marcus Morris, doesn't trip him up before he can really get to the edge like he wanted to.
49-yard line.
Morrison Jr. all over the field in the first half and doing it again here in half number 2. Five straight running plays now for Norman. Smith all down at about the 43, 1 yard shy of a first down, brings up 3rd and short.
And you can imagine what Coach Martin said to his guys at halftime as you see these running plays as they started the second half with. I mean, let's not try and be cute. Let's go back to our bread and butter. We want to be 50-50 run pass, but we have excellent running ability, so let's go ahead and do that and show that here in the second half.
Smith's 10th carry of the night. Picks up 2, 40, or picked up a yard, enough for the first down, give him 47. 10 carries, 47 yards, and another first down for Norman. And they have run the ball on every play so far here in half number 2. They're going to do it again. Halftime adjustment, obviously big for Coach Martin.
And as you can see, Cade Horton also sharing the running back duties from his quarterback position. Check out his measurables here. 6'1", 175 pounds. That's a pretty good size quarterback for this high school level. So you can see why he's breaking some tackles down the field.
And Moore's going to call a timeout. Coach Brad Hill saying, wait a minute, they're going to keep running the ball. We've got to make an adjustment here on defense. And you talked about what Horton has done. I mean, he is a baseball player, one of the top players in the state, already has a scholarship to Ole Miss. And one of the keys to the game is ball control, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. I mean, first of all, they wanted to get off to a great start, okay? In that first half, Moore did an excellent job of doing that, driving the length of the field and getting a touchdown. Here you see Norman kind of doing the same thing on this half, okay? Taking the ball, running it. How many times is that? 6, 7 straight times right now? Okay, number 2 was pinpoint your position, okay? Great field position is going to help you in this ball game. Both of these teams have big play capabilities, but the team that has the best field position and is able to score with easier ease is going to be the one that gets the win tonight. And then on the third one, throw the ball well, okay? It's very important. You see what we're looking at. Run, 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 and when you see Moore get the ball, they're going to do a little bit more of that run, run, run. But the team that can pass the ball most efficiently is going to get the W tonight. Right now, it's been that Moore Lions team, and that's why they have 14 on the board, and Norman has 7.
7 straight runs, and then after a timeout,
Pass is incomplete.
Rocky Martin says, okay, they're going to adjust our run. We're going to make a pass, and they throw a pass, but it's incomplete. First time tonight, Horton's thrown one low. Everything that was incomplete has been high.
That is true. But you can see the kind of the gamesmanship that's being played here. They ran the ball about 10-7 straight times. They knew they were going to come in and load the box, so they tried to hit the ball on the quick screen to the outside. Then they go right back to the run.
And it's to Joe Willie this time, who is giving to Xavier Smith a breather. He's going to be about a yard short, 4th and short. If I had to guess, Rocky Martin's probably going to go for it.
And you know who was in there, number 10, Buckeye, to make the third down stop. See what they do here on 4th down. Big possession right here.
Almost got the Lions to jump. Joe Willie, first down, and more. Tackled by Jace Gardner.
Willie, the ball carrier.
Plenty of room and nice block up front.
Very good block, and good job by Joe Willie to find that block and get up the field and get the first down.
Deep pass into the end zone. Receiver was open and just out of the stretched arms of Jonah Payton.
And it was a good job by Horton going through his progression. You see he's got a bunch of time in the pocket. He tries the pump fake over there, but we know what battle's on that other side over there. Number 10 for this Norman Tigers team, Andrew Young, and then on the other side for the Moore Lions, number 23, Jaden West. So he looks over there. Jaden West does a good job of keeping him covered. And so he goes to the other side, and Petty couldn't come up with it.
2nd and 10. Horton's going to keep. Runs through one tackler. Got about 4 or 5, so it's a 3rd and manageable. And really the way they've been moving the ball, probably 4-down territory as they get inside the 20. And in on the tackle again is Marcus Morris.
And we're going to be able to see if it is going to be 4-down territory with the play calling that they go with right here. They try and just get into a manageable situation for that 4th down. You can tell they're going for it. But if they try to go for it all right here, there's a question mark if they're going to trot that kicker out there.
They are going to pass. Horton again.
And it's well behind Andre Young.
Fourth and 6, and again, you're at the 19. It'd be a 36-yard field goal at this point.
Yeah, and that doesn't really answer my question because it seems like they were going for it all, and I would assume that if you go for a passing attempt that you're going to trot out the kicker, but here comes number 14 back into the ball game.
The way they've run the ball on this drive.
You would assume they would have ran it on 3rd down.
Horton again. Quick out. And incomplete.
And that's a good defensive stop over there by my man, number 23, Jaden West. Making it hard for the Norman Tigers on that side. Look at this play right here, okay? He goes to his bell technique. He stops, he plants, and he finishes at the ball. Look at him going with not one, but 2 hands. 2 hands to break up the pass. Look at it again. Finish, downhill, comes down. And that's the thing that they teach these DBs. Don't swipe at the ball. Okay, stab your hand in there, because if you stay in there, the receiver has less of a chance if you just make a windshield motion. Having an excellent light over there at his cornerback position.
Jaden West and Andrew Young continue to battle each other on the night. West getting the best of it on that one. 1st down, handoff. And it looks like Gardner.
Number 11 with the ball.
And he may have got a couple yards out of it.
That's another defensive player that I'm liking tonight, having a good night out there. Cole Thompson having a couple tackles for loss.
2nd down, 7.
Making some big plays. Looks like 30 personnel, three backs in the backfield, 0 tight ends after the Moore Lions.
Quick out. Pass caught by Johnston. He's forced out of bounds. And late flag in the backfield.
Going to be interesting to see what they call here.
Flag on the play.
They do have a 1st down because they're going to mark it at about the 31. They had to get to the 29. And it looks like it may be against Norman. There's 2 flags in the backfield.
Dead ball, personal foul on blue, 89. Dead ball, personal foul on white, 17.
Against Norman.
So offsetting penalties, and it is a 1st down. See, I've never understood, why do you throw a flag? If you're going to call it on both guys, it doesn't do any good anyway. Why not just blow the whistle and say, don't do it again, or you're gone?
Well, I guess you got to inform both coaching staffs that this guy did make a penalty. I don't know if a stern talking to is going to play out well in football.
I guess they have to know that they've done something wrong, so you throw the flag at them.
You can imagine if they go up to him 89-17, I'm very disappointed in you.
Don't ever do it again.
Don't do it again.
There you see Highshaw's numbers, 8 out of 14 on the night, 156 yards. Pretty much held him in check on the ground. But because of his arm, they really haven't needed him. going to run.
And he has to learn that when you have the box loaded up like that, you got to get north and south. There's no bouncing it out when you have 9 to 8 guys inside the box. You got to go where your blocking is telling you to go. Bouncing outside, all the athletic ability in the world, still, this is 6A football, and they can get out there too.
Plenty of time on the play clock, just down to 13. They get the signal in from the sidelines. Again, Norman's got the box loaded, 8 guys in the box. Quick pass outside, Buckeye. Same play they've run a couple of times tonight, and twice it's resulted in touchdowns.
And because they have the box so loaded up, these cornerbacks have to play with 8, 7 yards cushion. With that being the case, Buckeyes just pressing them up the field, 10-yard out, easy pitch and catch for him and the quarterback, and he's getting up the field and getting first down. They have to stick with that. Stick with that. That's why Coach Hill was saying we have to be successful throwing the ball tonight, because they're going to do just this, load the box.
Now they got 7 in the box. Shaw hands it off. A couple of tackles broken by Gardner, and he's pulled down.
There's a flag for the horse collar.
And another first down for Moore.
They're just doing a great job with this play right here, especially to the right side. They're being able to get on the outside and get a block so he can get to the sidelines and get up the field.
Personal foul, horse collar on the defense. 15 yards from here.
I had another 15 on the end of that run, which was about 15. Give them a plus 30 gain and in positive territory as they head toward the Norman end zone.
There you see J.C. Gardner right there, and that's why they called that penalty, just for an instance just like that. You saw his legs get trapped up underneath him. Could be a dangerous situation for a runner.
Tevin Randall, the one responsible for the horse collar on Gardner. First down at the 23. That pass complete to Johnston.
They're going to force this Norman defense to get out wide on them. They're going to force them. Those 5-yard outs, it's really killing them, especially on first down.
Gain of 5 and player timeout. Trotting to the sideline is Alex Baxter, the tight end. A lot of juniors on both these teams. Highshaw going to keep it. And again, just wrapped up, nowhere for him to go. Late getting started, and then back in the backfield with him, Wyatt Weston to make the tackle.
Good job by Wyatt Weston. Getting off his blocker. See him right there. Presses the center off of him, and he just finds the quarterback still waiting for him in the backfield.
Got blown up a little bit. It looked like Josh Thompson, the right guard, was pushed back and was right in the way. Highshaw had nowhere to go. Low snap, Highshaw quick throw, and Johnson did a little hitch, but he didn't go out.
That's exactly what it looked like.
Looked like Highshaw was waiting for him to go out.
A little hitch, no out. Sounds like a country western song.
Looks like Moore's going to go for it. Not sure, one of the players was sent back off the field. I don't know if it's Looked like Moore was going to kick a field goal. Now their offense is out there. A little confusion. Highshaw rolls to his right. Out pass. Incomplete to Buckeye. And they're going to turn it over on downs. So both teams turn it over on downs here in quarter number 3 to start the second half. Actually, that was all discombobulated and confusing from the get-go, wasn't it?
Yeah, because it seemed like number 44 for this Moore Lions team, the kicker comes out to put a field goal up, but it seems like the referee did not agree with his shoes. You can take a look at the bottom right there. He's saying, I'm guessing it wasn't appropriate, or he didn't.
Either that or he didn't have his knee pads in, because he wore those shoes in the first half, and you saw him messing with his knee pads. I don't know why that's interesting. Don't know why they sent him back off.
I think his shoes are pretty nice.
Yeah. Xavier Smith tries to get something going in the run game and could not take it outside. No gain on first down.
Also from 19. Cordova. 7 down 10. The ball goes to
Pass incomplete, and we have a Moore player down, and it looks like he's cramping.
23 on the stop.
Yeah, that's a cramp.
I'm glad you saw that before I did. I was a little scared and nervous the way he was grabbing that thing. Rolling on the ground. We said it was warm. We was down there on the field earlier. It was about 83 degrees out there.
Moore Norman Technology Center, where high school students and adults can explore a career.
Next Thursday night, the Ford game of the week. An Edlem showdown between Santa Fe and Memorial. Thursday night at 7, Cox Channel 3. The Wolves against the Dogs. Kickoff at 7 on YurView. It's the Ford game of the week right here. So tune in for that. And then Friday night, Owasso Union. So back-to-back big-time games next Thursday and Friday right here on YurView.
Oh, I see what they did there. Edlem, Bedlam,
exactly.
Edlem, Bedlam.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Only took you a half and part of a third quarter to figure that out.
Hey, eventually I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there eventually. Don't worry about me. Slow and steady wins the race.
And see, I thought you were smarter because OSU is a lot harder to spell than OU.
Hey.
Right?
Sometimes.
Third down and 6. The ball
slow and steady wins the race.
Norman.
Third down and 6. And they're going to wind the clock after Cole Karn checked out of the game with a cramp in his left leg. See if Horton can get another first down for Norman. 10 on the night. He's got it. Runs past the 30 up to about the 32.
With the ball.
And for some reason they decided not to.
Made by number 11, Jace Gardner. The ball now at the 34-yard line. First and 10.
Horton, nice. They put that quarterback run play here in the second half, Dion. That's really sparked their offense.
That's been the difference. They've been moving the ball pretty well in this second half. Good job finding some adjustments to make there at halftime and then executing it to a T right here on the field.
Xavier Smith picks up 1 on second down. That's going to bring up a third and about 3. Manageable number. And a very quick moving third quarters. Both the teams have really kept the ball on the ground.
Yeah, and I imagine they're going to go with the QB lead one more time and try and get this short third down.
Horton again. He's got another first down. Horton up to the 49.
He has a nose for that first down right there. Eventually what they're going to have to start doing is loading the box, just like Norman's doing on their side. Play some man-to-man. Although this is mainly a zone defense, Going to have to throw some man in there and get an extra guy in there to stop the quarterback run.
Seven carries for Horton, 42 yards, and the bulk of those carries here in the second half. Bobbles the snap, picks it up, throws it downfield. Oh, how did he catch that one?
He did not. He did not, and the linesman comes in and lets everybody know. He saw him try and trap it on the ground. Check a look at the replay again. Timing a little messed up because of the fumbled snap. He gets it out there, but he just gets underneath it. He didn't catch that.
Made it look good. Just off his fingertips, Harvey Cooper. Solid effort, tried to sell it. The guys in stripes said, no, you didn't. Second 10, Joe Willie. Well, the way they're running the ball, I don't know why you'd throw. Unless they rushed 10 at you.
There's no reason to get behind the chains in that way right there. You just keep running the ball, 4 yards a pop, and you get a first down. Joe Willie does a good job right there, seeing the cutback and getting some more yards to make it a very manageable 3rd and 3.
There he is again. Well, he's close.
And what a big hit. A big hit.
They're going to give him the first.
Man, if they had instant replay, I would tell them to replay that again, because number 19, Jake Kordov, came up and made a nice stop.
Him and Smith, and I'm talking about Joe Willie, different running styles. It's been a good mix along with quarterback Cade Horton here in the second half for Norman offensively. They've marched down the field twice, but have yet to have any points to show for it. Willie, a nice run up the middle, and again, there's that 3-4 yards in a cloud of dust, Dion, and you do that 3 times, you got a first down.
Yes, sir. I think he might have been able to get a little bit more if he would use his vision and look towards the right. There seemed like there was a bigger hole, but he gets enough.
Horton's pass tipped, almost caught, and out of bounds.
Was it tipped?
Yeah, it was tipped at the line of scrimmage. I'm wondering why you'd stop running. Yeah, see right there, tipped, and then Young still had a shot at it.
I am kind of disappointed that they are going to the run a little bit. I want to see number 10, Andre Young, and number 23, Jaden West, get after it a little bit more on the outside. You can see Jaden West, he's a little bored out there.
Horton again has 2 receivers. Wide open and over the head of number 1, Harvey Cooper. And man, that would have been a first down.
Harvey Cooper.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Horton he was inconsistent the first couple of weeks, and he's still trying to find his touch here in week number 3. And they're going to have to punt. And we're going to take a break. More ball when we come back.
So you've decided to go to college. That's cool. So pop quiz. Which is a better way to earn your degree? Commute to college and fill your gas tank, get stuck in traffic, drive in bad weather, try to find a parking space, walk a half-mile to class, or learn online at Independence University. In the park on a bench, on the beach on a towel, or on your couch with your kid, your campus is wherever you want it to be. You don't go to college. College goes to you. That's independence. That's Independence University. You schedule classes around your schedule, and all your supplies, including a brand new laptop and tablet, are included with tuition. At Independence U, you'll learn from professional instructors with real work experience. You'll get personal support in school and employment assistance when you graduate. Get your degree, but keep your life. That's independence. That's Independence University. So if you're really smart, you'd call now.
Call 1-800-921-0563.
Independence U for an independent you.
Call 1-800-921-0563.
Inside the 30-yard line, first down play, handoff, looks like it's Fogel.
Number 6, Tony Fogel.
Just a little bit short of the first down.
And check out this offensive adjustment that you're seeing from the Moore line. See if they continue with it. They space them out by going 3 by 1 so they can't load the box, allowing them to pick up a big chunk of yards on that first down play right there.
And they are not going to run another play. They do not have to snap it. And that'll be the end of the third quarter. You're watching the Ford Game of the Week on YurView. Moore on top, 14-7. Final 12 minutes coming up.
Good morning, Bella.
Good morning.
Are you ready?
Yeah. 5 little monkeys.
Yay, Bella!
Hold still. Almost done.
Oh, Bella, I really love playing with you.
Thanks, Grandma. I really like our visits.
Whatever tech tomorrow dreams up, you'll be ready with GigaBlast. Future speed internet is here from Cox.
Buy brand new movies instantly with the new Contour from Cox.
In 3.5 weeks, the Met will be hosting its annual ball, and we are going to rob it. $16.5 million in each of your bank accounts.
Game on. Why do you need to do this? Because it's what I'm good at.
Ocean's 8. Purchase movies and TV shows right from your remote. Download them to go and watch anywhere, anytime on your mobile devices. Start building your digital video library now. Buy brand new movies instantly with the new Contour from Cox. Hit it, Dolly. Move or die.
Bring it on, One-Eyed Willie.
Your bullets, they're really fast. Deadpool 2. Purchase movies and TV shows right from your remote. Download them to go and watch anywhere, anytime on your mobile devices. Start building your digital video library now.
14-7 our score. Final 12 minutes in this one from Moore School Stadium. Mike Ziegenhorn, Dion Amati, the rest of our YurView crew. Thanks for joining us on this Friday night. Week 3 of the high school season. Highshaw hands off first play of the fourth quarter to Fogel, and he is tackled immediately after a 9-yard gain on first down. It's going to be 3rd and 1.
Yeah, and that's what they're going to have to do, as I can only see partially of that jersey number, but it looks like number 91, Braden Woods, who comes up and makes the big play from his defensive tackle position. They're going to spread him out. You can see that 3-by-1, 2-by-1 formation, so it's going to be up to these linebackers and this defensive line to get off blocks and make the tackle, because they're going to run the football.
Low snap, Highshaw disrupted and swarmed under. Norman says they've got the fumble. The official said no, he was down. Good try.
Let's take another look at it.
A few times tonight they've had trouble with the snap.
There it is again, Brendan Woods in that backfield one more time. They do a good job of getting off the field on 3rd down.
Johnston will punt from the 28. Hits across midfield and takes a more roll all the way inside the 30.
Yeah, and I don't know, Gunnar Luna should have probably got on that one.
45-yard kick. About 20 of it on a roll. Next Friday night, Ford Game of the Week. Owasso at Union. Will we have another instant classic? Last year it was double overtime with the Redskins winning it. Owasso's only loss a year ago was to Union. They went on to win the state championship, beat the Redskins, so it'll be a rematch. third meeting they've had in the last year. They're 1-1, each team off to a 1-2 start. Both coming off losses a week ago. Owasso fell to Broken Arrow, and Union lost to Jinx in the Mid-First Bank backyard ball. That's next Friday night. Owasso and Union. VA and Jinx also play next Friday night. First down handoff. Smith. And he gets tumbled. Falls down right at the line of scrimmage.
And I think it was big number 29 coming up and making the tackle from his outside linebacker position, Austin Groves.
Yeah, he's been on quite a few tackles tonight.
That's a good size sophomore. 6'2", 225 pounds.
Counter play, Smith again, and read well by the line defense as he gets up to the 30, and have another injured player in the backfield for Moore.
19 on the stop, Jake Cordova.
Rocco Mays. He got rolled up by one of his teammates. He's down. We also have a Norman player down on the turf. Mays was able to jog off under his own power.
Right now, each day, every week, your life. OCCC has more online classes than any other college in the metro.
So the players get a little bit of a break and a breather here in the fourth quarter. 9:43 remaining on the clock. Each team, Moore scored once in the first and then in the second. Norman scored in the second quarter. No scoring in the third, and here we are in the fourth.
And you can see the adjustments at halftime was circling. All right, I'm going to run the football. And then the other side is like, no, I'm going to run the football. And so both of these defensive lines and these linebacker cores are having to pin their ears back and come up and be key players in the second half. It's the one on defense who's going to win the battle in the trenches, get off blocks, and make some tackles, because Norman has had incredible success. But Moore is starting to figure things out and try and answer back with their defensive line, getting some plays and making sure that they don't get any more first downs. On the other side, Moore offensively has had some adjustments as far as spreading out the field, okay, getting into 3-by-1 situations or 2-by-1 setups offensively, get these guys outside of the box so they have some running lanes to run through.
That's senior Ryan Haley, who jogs off the field.
Download Norman Regional's virtual care app for Apple and Android devices today.
And we get back to action.
Oklahoma is hot in the summer and cold in the winter.
It'll be a 3rd and 7 for Norman.
With Randall's temperature control, specializing in your heating and AC comfort. And based right here in Norman.
Tigers have twice been inside the 30-yard line in the second half, but have not been able to put any points on the board. A little tunnel screen on 3rd and 7. And the pass was complete to Tyler Crump.
And guess who was there to make the stop? Guess who was Johnny on the spot on that white?
Marcus Morse?
No. That's number 10, Buckeye, coming up and making the big 3rd down stop. He saw what they were going to. They went to that screen play. They were trying to create a little tunnel for number 4 for this Norman offense. Tyler Crump to get up the field and get the first down. Buckeye sniffs it out, comes up and makes a big hit, and there comes the punt team.
Ball was off, fair caught. Into the arms of Jacob McLaughlin. And that's where Moore will take over. Hey, if you missed the first part of this game or just now tuning in, you can check out the whole game replay Tuesday night at 7, only on YurView, Cox Channel 3. The replay of tonight's game between Moore and Norman.
So you don't just get to see us once and hear us once tonight. You can hear us 2 times. Man, y'all lucky.
Yeah. Tonight and Tuesday, and then you'll be back over here next Thursday for the Edlum battle.
Edlum.
And then I'll be in Union Friday night for Owasso Union. We'll be getting a lot of airtime in the next week.
Aren't you guys lucky?
1st and 10. Hand off to Gardner. still on his feet.
Breaking tackles, staying on his feet, getting up the field. Number 11, Cole Thompson, no, excuse me, Jace Gardner running like a man out there. Check out this replay. Does a good job cutting, staying square, bouncing off, using his hands to stay on his feet and get a couple more. Impressed, very impressed by his running style tonight.
Maybe a little fatigue setting in defensively for Norman. A lot of arm tackles. Missed on that last run. Highshaw again, he's going to keep and run behind Gardner. That time he goes down, but one of his better runs of the night. Yeah, had a good run in the first half, but there was a chop block. He had about a 35, 40-yard run down to the 2 and didn't count.
Yeah, they've done a good job of keeping him contained tonight, but he's kind of killed them with his arm. Those 5, 10-yard outs have been there for him all night, and he's taken full advantage of it.
Well, Highshaw rushed for 250 yards and 5 touchdowns a year ago in this game. And they won at 35-27. As Moore made the playoffs for the first time in a dozen years. Highshaw again, and someone had him by the ankle, and he was just spinning around and around.
Took a minute to get him to the ground. Took out that RPO action a little bit. Looked like he was about to hand off for his zone read and then pulls back to pass the ball, but before he can look down the field, a bunch of pressure on his face, and he just has to eat it.
Both these quarterbacks, juniors, so we'll get a chance to see him again next year. And if you like high school football, I'd get out and check out these players. Highshaw, great throw and nice catch by Drew Johnston. Right at the first down marker, had to get to the 37, and he's right on it.
Looks like he might be just a yard short, though. Looking at the replay, eluding pressure, just lofts the ball up in the air. Good job by number 20, Drew Johnston, to come back, tap his feet. I think that would have been good on the NFL level.
He was out at the 38. Good spot by the official and offside on Norman, and that's going to be a first down on 4. Oh, no, he's going to call motion. Wow.
Dead ball. False start. Offense.
Looked like one of the Norman players had jumped just a little.
Yeah. Who is he calling that one on? Number 4?
Now Moore's they're going to punt. Yes, they will.
And that's unfortunate. And it goes back to some of the stuff that's been happening in the past. Penalties and turnovers and little silly mistakes costing this team big.
Gunnar Luna stands deep, waiting for the punt from Drew Johnston. Snap, bounces back. He's going to take off. And not make it. Run out at the 40, but you know what? That's about all he could do.
Yeah, he bumbles the snap a little bit. He sees all that green over there. He can't help himself. He probably would have better off if he just set up and punt the football, but he saw all that green, not knowing that all those players had the angle on him. Thought he could make it. Doesn't happen, and it just leaves this Norman Tigers offense with great field position.
Tyron Robb is the man who knocked him out of bounds. Gordon going to throw on first down. Has a man wide open. It's Young. Andrew Young right through his hands.
Oh, no. We've been watching this battle all night long. Jaden West versus Andrew Young. Young finally gets a beat on West. Excellent route, great post route, and he gets the ball in his laps for the first time, and it doesn't go the way he wants it. Incomplete pass, and you can see Jaden West wipe the tears from his forehead as a sigh of relief.
Gordon on first. Quarterback lead play, first down and more. Still on his feet. finally pulled down near the 25-yard line.
And that's just Horton saying, if y'all not going to catch the ball down the field, I'm just going to take it down there myself. Look at this, weaving through the defense, switching the ball just like a running back's taught to do. No arm tackle is going to bring this young man down. They swipe at the ball, and they finally bring him down over here at the 23-yard line.
36-yard run from Horton. And then they hand it off to Xavier Smith on first down. Clock continues to move as we near the 6-minute mark.
Yeah, and they're probably going to have to hand this ball off a couple of times. Horton seems like he's a little gashed from that last run.
Horton throws, pass complete to Peyton.
But there's a flag.
Procedure on the offense.
Now it's both of these teams taking away positive yardage, hurting themselves.
I think the one thing both coaches will be the most upset about tonight is the number of penalties that their teams have committed. Penalties a big part of this game. I mean, you saw it on the last series. They had 4th and 1, a motion penalty, they got a punt. Then the bad snap, you end up leaving Norman with decent field position. Now Norman's driving. They got a 2nd and 8. 5-yard penalty pushes them back.
And they're 7 yards away from the red zone. Excuse me, they were pretty much 3 yards. Now that big penalty, it takes them out of it.
Here's Horton again. Pushing his way forward, and Moore has yet to figure out here in the second half how to slow that play down.
They really haven't. And it's like coaches always do. If they can't stop it, I'm going to keep running it.
Why not?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Well, on 3rd and 2. New tailback for Norman. Trey Hesimovich gets a first down.
It's a good run for the first time for him touching the football.
Got it again, and that time went right down at the line of scrimmage. And again, another flag. More hankies on the field.
Flag on the play.
You know, we started to slow down with the flags in the 3rd quarter, starting to pick back up in the 4th.
Dead ball, personal foul on White.
Personal foul.
There again, another potential drive killer. You're down inside the 10, you're going to take a 15-yard penalty, and you're going to move back, back to past the 20-yard line.
Yeah, and this one is
Rocky Martin did not like that call.
Ooh, this one is going to be a rough one because they were in, what was that, 2nd and 9, and that 9 was second and goal.
Yeah,
and so
2nd and goal.
2nd and goal from the 26-yard line.
Young, double teamed and complete.
And there he is. There he is. Number 10, Buckeye, coming up and making the strong play to bat the ball away from his safety position. Watch him go up and compete right here. He sees it, and he knocks it out of the receiver's hand.
Number 10.
They ran a hitch and go that side, and he ran right into double coverage. And
almost triple teamed.
Horton was locked in on him from the get-go.
26-yard line, 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal now. Coach Martin still not happy with that 15-yard penalty and letting the official know it. Horton, plenty of green space in front of him. Almost broke a tackle.
And that's a good, solid tackle in the open field by number 28, Marcus Morris.
And we got another flag, and it's probably going to be a late hit against Moore, which would give him 15 yards.
After the play, jump on top of him, be 4th down. Dead ball, personal foul on the defense.
Not an automatic first down. So now what do you do if you're Norman?
Well, you got 4 minutes and 45 seconds left. It's not promised that you're going to see this ball again, especially the way that both teams have been running the ball in the second half. So you kind of have to go for it here.
Personal foul against the Lions.
That moves the ball back to the 7.
4th and goal.
I think that's about where they originally started this drive from, when they had 1st and goal. It's taken them 3 plays and half the distance of the goal penalty to get back there.
Back and forth, back and forth.
Play clock down to 14.
They got to hurry up here.
They may have to take a timeout. I don't know if they're going to get the snap off.
You got 5, 4, 3.
They do, Horton. Too low, incomplete.
And it looked like the receiver, Andre Young, slipped in his route just a little bit, and as he was getting up, the ball was at his feet, and he couldn't make the adjustment to go down there and get it. And that's a big stop for this Moore defense.
Andrew Young can't handle the low pass. 4th down, and it turns it over. See Young saying, hey, get it up my face. Give me a chance to catch it and turn into the end zone. So Moore takes over.
And Moore has to be careful right here because you're inside the 10-yard line. So you're on the 7. They're down by 7. Look for them to be trying to strip the ball out.
Fogle right side. Big run and 1st down on the first play.
Stop made by 11, Cole Thompson, and 27 is Jaden Ford. Out to the 17-yard line, 1st and 10 Lions. Raising Cage.
Led by his tight end out front, Alex Baxter. And a 1st and 10 as they get out of the shadow of their own goal line. Highshaw's going to keep. Flag down. No surprise, we can't go more than 2 plays without a flag tonight.
With the ball. Stop made by number 45.
Total penalties between the 2 teams tonight.
Randall. There is a flag on the play.
21 penalties, 11 for Norman, 10th penalty of the night for Moore, and a costly one as Highshaw had a big gain on 2nd and 10. Coach Brad Hill, his 2nd year, 4-9.
Offense, spot of the foul, remains 1st down. Is that correct, Mark? We're hot. We're hot.
First down.
On the clock. Hill's 2nd year, they're 4-9 overall. They did make the playoffs last year after a 12-year drought. Highshaw going to take his time. Still 12 seconds on the play clock. He's going to keep it again. And this time, nowhere for him to go. And again, Cole Thompson on the read, coming up from his linebacker position to make the play. And Norman with 3 timeouts at some point. Probably want to use one of them. Second down and 21. Under 3 minutes to go in the 4th. Moore up 14-7. Highshaw again, lobs it out. Pass is caught. Pulled down is Drew Johnston, and a big play on 2nd and 21 to keep the clock moving and get a 1st down. All the way out to the 35-yard line. Quick 2-3-step drop by Highshaw and just throw it out there and let your receiver go get it. And that's what Johnston did. Knew he had the 1st down, so he's just going to hang on to the ball and go to the turf.
10 seconds.
Play clock down to 10. 2.5 to go in the game. That was a big first down for Moore. Vogel on the carry. And a quick timeout, that time from Rocky Martin. We'll take a timeout. 2:19 to go. Moore on top, 14-7. It's the Ford game of the week on YurView.
You're watching Game Time on YurView. For more in-depth coverage of the top players around, recruiting updates, behind-the-scenes access, and more, check out YurView.com.
Gather your friends and family to catch up on all the fall fun with Cox On Demand.
Miguel? I'm gonna be a musician! Help me follow my dream.
I can help you. Come on. Who's ready to fly?
Again!
Did you unlock a book?
Oh, no.
Reach deep down and let the scary out.
Scary.
Up top. The Fall Fun Collection, now on demand.
You're watching Game Time on YurView. For more in-depth coverage of the top players around, recruiting updates, behind-the-scenes access, and more, check out YurView.com.
$14-7 to score. Moore on top. It's been this score since about 2 minutes to go in the first half. Neither team has scored here in half number 2. They've kind of played between the 20-yard line, playing between the 20s, and a big first down for Moore out of their own end zone to get up to the 35. Now it's 2nd and 9. Norman still has 2 timeouts left. Gardner breaks a couple of tackles, still on his feet. Finally hauled down, and another quick timeout from Coach Rocky Martin. Dion, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm thinking you have to be a headsy guy offensively, trying to waste some time and get the ball. Like, it's a tricky situation because you know they have timeouts on the other side, so you have to get the first down, but you also have to do a good job of burning some clock and not allowing them extra time on their possession, because the way it looks like right now is they're going to get the ball back unless they convert this 3rd down here.
Big 3rd down call for Moore. The Lions rushing the football tonight. Have done a decent job. But now that Norman knows they're really going to run it on every down, it kind of puts you up against the 8 ball a little bit.
Yeah, it's a difficult situation, because do you try and catch them off guard and throw a pass with them not expecting it like they just did before, or do you try to play conservative, run the football, try and get the first down there, and if you don't, still waste some time?
I think you run, my call, run the ball, make them burn their last time out. Seven guys in the box for the Norman defense. Ishaw's going to scramble. He's got the first down and more. And then he runs out of bounds. And then a flag comes flying in. And it's probably going to be 15 against Hishaw for talking to the Norman sideline.
We're going to... Dead ball, unsportsmanlike. Number 2. Back up, gentlemen, back up.
So he got the first down, Dion, but then move him back 15, which really does, I mean, it hurts you, but it doesn't.
Yeah, and it's interesting because he's trying to describe what he was doing on the sideline to the coaching staff right now, saying he was just high kneeing. I don't know, you as a former player, I know I talked down a little bit of my penalties too. Yeah, coach, I wasn't doing anything.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that referee was looking at. I didn't do anything, coach. But they'll see it tomorrow morning at film.
They've tried to, again, that's one of those things that they're emphasizing is player sportsmanship. 22 penalties, nearly 200 yards, 11 each. Norman now down to 1 timeout. Highshaw again, and tackled behind the 30, and that's the last timeout of the night for Rocky Martin and the Norman Tigers. So 2:03 to go.
Stop number 11, Cole Thompson, Daniel Highshaw Jr. with the ball.
Plenty of high school football if you love it.
Timeout to Norman.
2 games, doubleheader next week on Thursday and Friday, the 4th game of the week. Edlam showdown between Santa Fe and Memorial next Thursday night at 7. Steve Marshall, Dion Amade calling that one on Cox Channel 3. Then Friday night, I'll join Nathan Thompson up in Tulsa for the 4th game of the week on YurView as we check out the Union Redskins and the Owasso Rams on Friday night from Union Tunnel Stadium. 2nd straight year they faced off at Union. Last year it was a instant classic, double overtime Redskin win. Owasso got the better of them in the state title game. So again, Edlam showdown, Santa Fe and Memorial Thursday, Union Owasso on Friday. 2:03 to go in this one. 2nd down. 4 more with a 14-7 win, trying to win their first game of the year. Handoff right side. Gardner cuts it back inside. Run into the sideline. It gets popped out of bounds.
11 with the ball.
Nice run.
It was a nice run, but I mean,
it
was very costly because he went out of bounds. You could see the coaching staff's over here on the sideline just pleading with him, yelling at him, go down, but he continued to go forward until they pushed him out of bounds and stopped the clock.
3rd 2, 1st down here will end it. He ran 7 seconds off the clock, cost him about 35 seconds, him going out of bounds. They give it to him again, and he's got it.
Number 11 with the ball.
That should wrap it up for the Moore Lions.
4 more. Short. For the Lions. 4 more. Short. 4 more. Short. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Wind the play clock with 1:50 to go in the ball game. There's a 0 on the play clock.
Yeah, it seems like there's 0 on this far one over here, but if you look over to your left.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, it's down to 1. So Highshaw let it roll down to 1. He handed it off to Gardner again, who's clutching the ball with both hands.
There's Gardner, the ball carrier. The 46-yard line.
Again, Moore will take their time.
And 10.
So 15 seconds to go on the play clock. They can run it probably down to 40 after this play is over with. They do have 2 timeouts, 4 on the play clock. Highshaw's going to keep. Crosses midfield. He's going to be about 1.5 yards short of the first. But that'll do it because it's 3rd and 2, and 20 seconds on the play clock, and they have 2 more down, so all they got to do is take a knee here, and it's ball game. So Moore's going to pick up their first win of the year. Norman suffering their first loss of the year. And that's it. Highshaw goes down. That's the ball game. The Moore Lions.
The Moore High School Lions 14 and the Norman Tigers 7.
With a 14-7 win over the Norman Tigers. 2 coaches shaking hands, the teams at midfield, and a big night as Daniel Highshaw. A couple of big plays in the final 3 minutes of that one. 30-yard pass play to get him a first down when it was second and long inside their own 5. And then a big run there to kind of seal the deal for his football team. And go on and pick up the win. And as I said, Moore now 1-2 with the 14-7 victory over the Norman Tigers. Now Dion Amade is down on the field with the winning coach, Brad Hill.
Coach, great victory. It was a close one. It was a nail-biter towards the end there. How do you feel about it?
We fought hard. Kids played hard. We defensed when we had to defense. We got some good first downs when we needed to, and we really needed a win. They're a quality football team. They were 2-0 coming in, and our kids fought hard. They deserved it.
Talk about that running attack there. It seemed like it kind of propelled you to get this victory tonight.
Yes, we knew we were going to have to be able to run it some, and our tailbacks ran well. Our offensive line did a great job. Quarterback ran the ball well. I was really proud of the kids.
Second half, it seemed like they had found the answer with that quarterback run, but your defense held tight. What can you attest that to?
Well, we got a really good veteran defensive staff. We got a great coordinator. We just got really good guys. We made an adjustment and was able to hold them off at the end.
Well, great win, Coach, and good luck with the rest of the season.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Dion. And Coach Brad Hill picked up the win. 1-2, improves to 5-9 here in his second year here at Moore. Now our player of the game, Dylan Buckheit, Dion.
I'm standing here with Dylan Buckheit, our player of the game. I told everybody to watch out for you, okay? So you made me a prophet tonight. So what do you think about your performance?
I think it was all right. I think our team, our line really set us up for Deuce to sit in the back of the pocket and throw the ball to me. So props to the linemen. They worked hard all week, so they worked hard, so I liked it.
What was said in that halftime for y'all to come out here and get this victory tonight?
Man, this team, Norman, they're 2-0. They're a good ball team. So we had to come out with a fire under our bus, and we had to light it up and work. So that's what our coach was telling us, that we had to come out here, and defense had to stay lights out, and we would have kept working so we can get this W for the first one of the season.
So the rest of the season, what are you looking forward to, and what is things that you need to get better on, or your team needs to get better on to get some more success?
Man, there's so much we could work on tomorrow. We're probably going to come in here and film, just check out the secondary. We had a couple busted coverages and kind of got lucky on a couple of them, throws overthrown, you saw that. So we'll work out this next week and get ready to dub sophomore.
Well, you heard it here first. Dylan Buckheit, our player of the game, and also the homecoming king. Back to you, Mike.
All right, yeah, big night. Started off with the crown and then ends it as our player of the game. Moore wins it 14-7. The Ford game of the week on YurView. We'll wrap it up after this.
You're watching Game Time on YurView. For more in-depth coverage of the top players around, recruiting updates, behind-the-scenes access, and more, check out YurView.com.
Addiction brings unimaginable pain to those who are suffering from it and their loved ones. If you're battling addiction, we understand that you're hurting, and we're here to help. Against all hope, you can get better and free yourself from addiction. You do not need to suffer any longer. Seek the treatment you deserve. Call the number on your screen and take the first step toward a lifetime of freedom and recovery.
Call 800-307-2059.
Watch the newest movies instantly with Movies on Demand from Cox.
He won't stop until he destroys half the universe.
Together, we can stop Thanos.
We don't want to kill you, but we will.
Marvel Studios' Avengers Infinity War, rated PG-13. Movies on Demand from Cox. Just go to Channel 1 and choose all new movies.
Medical alarms for people who fall or have medical emergencies. You never think you'll need one until you do. Hi, I'm Lonnie Anderson for Advantage Alert. Today, our advanced systems locate and protect people inside and outside their homes, plus when they're on the road, allowing users with the press of a button to speak with an operator who can summon help. And even after 30 years, Advantage Alert's products remain amazingly affordable.
Call 800-915-0190.
You're watching Game Time on YurView. For more in-depth coverage of the top players around, recruiting updates, behind-the-scenes access, and more, check out YurView.com.
back at Moore School Stadium where the Moore Lions picked up their first win. Get some words of encouragement from their head coach, Brad Hill, and his staff tonight. Big victory for them, 14-7. Our player of the game, Dylan Buckeye, one of his 2 touchdown receptions on the night. This was number 1, 10-yard pass from Dylan Highshaw. And then, hey, the guys all over the field playing defense, solid tackle there. Breaking up a pass here in the second half.
Goal.
Norman was trying to score it. And you know what? He does it all, even before the game. He got the crown. He was the king of homecoming. What a big night for this young man, number 10. Dylan Buckeye, 6 foot, 190 pounds senior. And then he's also the play of the game. Second quarter, ended off a nice 6-play drive. Watch this. Catch. Oh, I'm going to go back this way. I'm not headed to the sideline, and just outruns everybody to the end zone. Touchdown. That was the winning TD. 40-yard pass from Daniel Highshaw to Dylan Buckeye. That
outside shoulder, spin back inside, get up the field and showcase the speed. He did it all tonight for this Moore Lions team.
He did. Offense, defense, special teams, he was everywhere. Final stats for tonight's game. Norman ended up with 333 yards total offense, 210 on the ground as they really came out rushing in the second half. Dion, to look at first downs and too many penalties.
Too many penalties, but here was the difference right here. We said the key of the game was the team that passes well, because both these teams can run, but the team that passes well is going to have the victory tonight. Look at these numbers right here, 215 for the Lions versus the 123 for the Tigers. That was the difference in the ball game.
Yeah. And a big pass late in the game to get out of the end zone, burn the clock, and run things out for Moore as they locked up the victory. Don't forget, next week, Thursday night, an Edlam showdown, Santa Fe and Memorial. 7 o'clock on Cox Channel 3, followed by a Friday night showdown up in Tulsa between Union and Owasso. For Dion Amati and our entire YurView broadcast crew, I'm Mike Ziegenhorn. So long from Moore. The final score, Lions beat the Norman Tigers 14-7. To watch this entire game on replay, log on to YurView.com. So long and good night from Moore, Oklahoma. Good job.
Game Time on YurView has been brought to you by your Oklahoma Ford dealers, the best in Oklahoma. Airco, the company you know. Tulsa Tech, for your future success, go to tulsatech.edu. And by Weoki Credit Union. Join us all fall long for some of the top high school football from around the country on Game Time.
So you've decided to go to college. That's cool. So pop quiz. Which is a better way to